Ooh, that's up a little bit. Didn't fix that. Hold on. There we are. That should be a little better. Okay, here we are again. So, getting into the home stretch just a little bit. Well, still the bonus dungeon to do, and that's going to take a whole stream, but other than that, I've got a couple more dungeons left, and then we're done. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 more dungeons left in the main game. And the bonus content, well, Soul of Rebirth by itself is its own entire separate thing. That's like Reverse Rebirth mode, basically. That's a whole separate campaign. Arcane Labyrinth is 3 dungeons, so 5, 6, 7. So 7 dungeons in the main game is beat. And Soul of Rebirth will be 3 to 4 streams on its own. So, not really home stretch. I mean, we've only done, what was the last one, number 6? So we're about halfway there. We're about halfway done with all the content. Quite a bit of bonus content in this game for an old game, but that's okay. Hey, Conquer, it's going good. How's it going for you there? Just about to get started. Just getting all my preparations complete. I think I have it all now because I have all my maps that I'm going to need for today. I have my notes. Of course, the problem with that is that... Hang on. Yeah. Okay. I kind of need the top part of my notes to be visible because I guess I could just do this. There. Because the note that I left for myself at the top of my notes is very important. It's for an optional cutscene that we wouldn't get otherwise, so I gotta make sure I go do it. And you see, I had to leave myself this note because last time I said I was going to reset so that I could get the stats from these crystals onto the characters that actually need them. And then my muscle memory kicked in and I saved right at the very end of the stream after already having taken all of the crystals. So that's a hell of a thing, but if our performance in the tower last time was any indication, I don't really think I need to be min-maxing anything, so I think we'll be fine. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy II, the Stream Edition. Give me the ultimate magic. I will take it with me. We finally have access to the Ultima Tome. And for taking that off of the Golden Crystal Day, a teleporter appears to take you back to the bottom. You can go back through the tower, by the way, at any point after this. You just have to use the crystal rod on the entrance again, and then you can just go right ahead. So there you go. Doing all right finishing up lunch on your end. Nice, sounds good. I just finished up dinner on my end before I started. So yeah, well, that's okay. And so I'll just go over the stats that we ended up getting. So Firion ended up getting the 10 spirit. So he's at 99 spirit as it is, although I think it's soft spirit because some of it is the white robe. So like if I take the white robe off, what's his spirit at? 90. So he can still gain 9 spirit, and like he'll still gain it even though the white robe gives him 10 spirit. So then it'll be 99 spirit plus 10. So he'll effectively have 109 spirit even though it will only display 99 because all stats can go up to 255 if you really if the game's code allows it to go up to 255 basically. So that's that. So Firion got spirit, that's fine. Maria got strength, which is good because she uses axes and they're one of the lowest accuracy weapons, so that's good. Oh yeah, I gave her the black robe, by the way, because she didn't really need the power sash anymore in order to meet that 99% accuracy with her weapon. So the black robe will just give her some nice elemental resistances that I think will help her a little bit more. Since we got a second one, I figure I might as well use it. It also gives her some good magic defense, so that should help her out. Guy got agility. So now he's kind of up there with everybody else in terms of his agility. His intelligence is still lower than I'd like it to be, but it's not terrible. It's workable. It's just his Toad spell will be a little bit less accurate than Firion's teleport by far, because Toad has less accuracy to begin with, so there you go. And Ricard got intelligence, so that's not terrible for him, actually, because he's using Berserk as it is, so, like, he'll just get more attack power from his Berserks if he uses it that way, so... Yeah, overall, I mean, it's not bad. I'll work with it, it's fine. And like I said, I don't think we really need to min-max. We've got Berserk, so, like, I think we'll be fine, you know? That shouldn't be a problem. So... Got the stats on the 3 main characters, at least remember, I guess you're wrong. Oh, that's okay. The intelligence ended up on Ricard, but that's not a huge loss. Like, I mean, Guy having a nice flat 10 intelligence boost right now would be nice for him, but he just got 10 intelligence by getting the Black Robe, so, like, he already got a little boost. It'd be nice to have even more, but, you know, it's fine. We'll make do with what we've got. He'll get some intelligence anyway, because we'll be casting, like, Toad and Haste and Flare and all that stuff, and Osmos, so he'll get some intelligence. Excuse me. It's weird, though. I stepped out of the tower. Is it just me, or does it feel like the atmosphere changed? Like there's something in the air that wasn't there before. It's kind of bizarre. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I can, however, put my finger on the pages of the Ultimate Tome. So, it's considered the ultimate magic spell. You can teach it to any old person in your party if you so choose. It has a weird damage formula, though. What it is it takes all of your stats, so, like, let's look at Firion. So he has 2 weapon stats at level 7, he has Knife at 7, Shield at 7. His spells are at these levels. It takes all of those into account, and it also takes into account your spirit and your intelligence stats. I believe it scales off of both, but I could be wrong on that. And what it does is, the higher all of those are, the more damage it'll do. At the moment, if I was to give it to, like, Firion or Guy, since they're my primary damage casters, it would probably, for Guy, it would probably slightly outdamage Flare until Flare gets to about level 8, and then Flare is going to be slightly better for him. As a result, it's kind of... It doesn't really live up to its name as the ultimate magic, honestly. It is powerful if you have been grinding up stats, but... I don't like doing that, so I'm probably not going to get much use out of it. That being said, I do have a plan on how I can use it for something later on in the game, and that's going to require that I hold on to it from now until the end of the game, because I don't think it's a good idea for us to sell that thing. I'm pretty sure the Mysidians would have my head if I sold that tome after just getting it, so... but either way, I don't know what changed in the air, but let's take this back to Fynn so that we can... make a plan with Hilda and Gordon to use it against the Emperor. Actually, I kind of wanted to see something in the sea real quick before we did that, so we'll just sail around in the inlet for a second so I can kind of... Because I don't know necessarily if we'll see what in the atmosphere has changed if I don't do this. Oh, sea dragons, huh? I guess Leviathan spit up all the stuff that was in his stomach after we got rid of his parasite. Alright, well, fair enough. I can cull a few sea dragons. I forget if you two can double up and take him out. Take one of them out, rather. Let's give it a shot, why not? That should be good, yep. You might be able to just finish this thing off with one holy, honestly, but we need to keep practicing Flare to begin with, so it's fine. And I should probably Osmos the other 2. Oh, actually, that reminds me of something. I would like to, if possible, get a couple more Osmos tomes. One for Firion and one for Ricard. Can't get them just yet, but we'll talk about how I'm planning on getting them later. Because at the moment you might be like, hey, so wait a minute, doesn't that mean you have to go find wizards and stuff? Because aren't they the ones that drop it? Yes. Yes, I would. As for where the wizards are, well, we don't have a clear-cut answer to that question just yet, but I'm sure we'll figure that part out. I mean, we could go back to the Colosseum, I guess, and grab them if we really wanted to, but... It's not really like... you know, I should probably just cast Holy on this one. And then just do the Flare. I probably could have cast Teleport or something, and it would have been fine, but... You know, it's all good. Hell, honestly, that with the other Flare that Guy already did might be enough to kill him. Nope, okay, that's fine. I'll just use a little bit more MP, why not? 1,400 damage, not even bad, Firion, not even bad. That will help. Get a little stamina, agility, HP, stamina, a Betrayal Fang to cast Confuse. Yeah, so I guess there are some new monsters in the sea now. That's cool. Oh, holy shit, what are you guys doing here? We're supposed to be encountering leg eaters and hornets and stuff around here. Okay, hi. Well, I guess we'll deal with this then, won't we? Actually, I should probably have Therian cast on that guy. You guys can probably take out the sergeants yourselves. And Guy, I'm putting faith in you to take out that sorcerer in the back row with just a level 2 flare spell. Damn it. Slightly off by about 30 HP. Oh, that's fine. But yeah, we can take out the sergeants pretty easily. Get fire aided, but that's fine too. Like, that's not going to be a huge loss of HP. The other guy didn't even bow 3 me. So I won't even worry about it. I'll just take him out. Ooh, they all dropped something for me. A Death Tome, 2 Mithril Axes, a Mithril Helm, and a Flame Bow. That's great. I actually also would like to get a Toad Tome from one of the captains if possible, but, I mean, we can worry about that later. For now, let's head into Gatria so we can use the... Inn? Gatria? Hello? Are you guys okay in there? Oh my god. What the hell is happening? There's captains and shit all over the world map. Frickin'... The town isn't working. Something's wrong here. I don't know what it is, but something is wrong here. Like these things, these bombs are up here from Mysidia. Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right. You know, I probably actually should cast Fire because the final dungeon has an enemy with a lot of magic defense, or not a lot of magic defense, but a lot of physical defense that's weak to Thunder, so my Thunder spell, I think at this point, should be sufficient to one-shot them, or very close to one-shot them. But we'll see. As I say, I don't know if anything dropped there, but golden armor. Alright, if I can't go to Gatria, I'll just go to Fynn then. Fine. Like, come on, guys. Like, you just... What the hell is that? In the background of the cast? Okay. I'm going to town. I gotta go to bed. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Where's all the townsfolk? What do you mean? I left for 5 minutes and you guys all died? What the hell? Oh. So the Emperor has summoned a cyclone to kill everything. Wonderful. You know, I've been gone for so long at this point, I guess I left an opening. That's just fantastic. I'm going to bed. I'm too tired for this shit. Yeah, looks like a tornado to you. Pretty much, yep. Incorrect. It was 15 minutes. Damn it, that was longer than I was hoping. And now look what happened. Oh well. Alright, let's go to the castle. We'll sell all our junk later. I gotta see what the hell is going on first. Well, it's pretty close at the moment. I mean, it must have just, like, whipped around. It's gonna whip around again. Yeah, so any town, Altair, Gatria, Palum, Poft, any town that was in line from Palamecia to here, except for Bafsk, all of those towns are completely destroyed now. Their magic is available in Mysidia, and I think all of the equipment shops are gone too. Like, so I guess Tobul's gone. The magic's gone. The equipment is obviously gone, but you can buy the magic in Mysidia. Equipment at this point is probably obsolete, but I don't think you can get it anymore. He's taking control of the weather now. Like, how are we supposed to fight weather? I mean, that's probably the safest place for him. Again, I don't see how we could get through that. The people on the other floors don't say anything new, so I'm just going to skip past them and go straight to the important part here. And the important part is, Layla's alive! How the hell did you manage to survive a whirlpool like that? Did you man the lifeboats or something? Well, yeah, we thought the same about you, but... Alright, well, I'm glad you're safe, at least. Can't say the same about most of the townspeople. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? So how do we fight a cyclone? Well, yeah, I mean, that's for sure, but the Emperor's... I mean, if he's anywhere, he's going to be inside the thing. He wouldn't be in Palamecia to control it. That would take a lot of energy. Probably easier to control it from right inside. I mean, I could throw the Ultimatome at the Cyclone and see what happens, but something tells me it won't really happen. Sprout wings and learn to fly, huh? Ding, ding, ding. Guess who the fourth member of your party is? Hint, hint. Wink, wink. So how do we sprout wings and fly? Well, we don't have wings, but we do have a Dragoon. And what's normally associated with Dragoons in this game? Wyverns. Remember the Wyvern egg that we put in the spring? Let's go see how the little guy's doing. Yeah, so we can go see the mirror here. And the mirror, I don't know if... You know, actually, I think Princess Hilda does describe this to you. You might be able to ask her about Dragoons and she'll tell you something, but she also might... I know she says something about Wyverns now that I think about it, so let's just get that dialogue real quick before we go. To give you an idea, a hint, as to how you're supposed to do this. Do you say anything about Dragoons? No, but Wyverns you should. Yeah, so she'll tell you this is how you do this if you've got the hint there that you're supposed to use the Wyvern. She'll tell you exactly how to summon it. Just use the pendant on the castle's mirror, which is on the 3rd floor, going up from this staircase. I don't know, go ask Hercules. He did it in the movie. You know, that's true. I'll see if I can go find him. Let me just jump into Kingdom Hearts world real quick. Take the gummy ship to Olympus Coliseum. Oh boy. Alright, let's see how the little guy's doing. Hopefully he's hatched and grown big and strong, because otherwise I don't know how this is gonna work. Well, I still see his egg. Oh. Never mind. He hatched! He's a youngling. Not a big dragon yet, but maybe he's strong enough. Well, let's just hope he doesn't speed into the Cyclone. I kind of need him to help us out a little bit. It's a baby! We have baby dragon. Well, adolescent dragon? It's pretty big for a baby. And again, the actual wyvern we encountered was pretty big as well, so... Hey, big guy. How you feeling? Ah, good. Looks like they've bonded. We have reunited the Wyverns and the Dragoons. Granted, it's the last Wyvern and the last Dragoon, so that is not a long-lived relationship, but hey, we've got a Wyvern now, so we can use it to enter the Cyclone. And on top of that, if you look in your inventory, the Wyvern is actually an item, a key item in your inventory. And if you use it in battle, it will cast the Blaze 7 spell on all enemies, which inflicts about 200 damage on all enemies. So it's essentially a Gaia Drum that doesn't account, like, I think the Gaia Drum, if an enemy is flying, it won't hit them, if I remember correctly. And maybe that's just a different Final Fantasy where that actually, like, float actually gets taken into account. But Gaia Drums have a chance to break. The last Wyvern will never break. So you basically get a 200 damage hit all item that you can reuse once per turn for the rest of the game. So that's kind of nice. It helps if you've got absolutely nothing else to do on your turn, which isn't often, but hey, you know, it might help against like lower undead enemies that are just like too weak for me to bother with if we ever see those again. So we do in fact have a wyvern, yep. Let's hope so, because if not, we might be hosed. You say anything new? No. Okay. So yeah, Layla will just kind of hang out now. She's not going to be in your party for the rest of the game after this. It's just going to be us four, so... I will keep that in mind. We will try to aim for the center and maybe go in from the top down. That probably wouldn't be a terrible idea, because it looked like we could see the top from where we were out on the world map. Like, I could walk up to it right now and then it would like take us in, but let's do a little shopping first. We've got a bunch of supplies to get rid of, all that stuff. You know, actually, let me check in with Paul before we do anything else, because he might have some last-minute advice about infiltrating a cyclone. Something tells me that's a little far-fetched even for Paul. That's what I was saying. How can we fight the weather, but we have to go into it, Paul? Yeah, because that's where the Emperor is, most likely. You don't say! Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, don't you want them in case, like, if I die, you don't get these back, you know? They'd get flung all over the place. Alright, but anyway, there's an invisible wall over by Paul's bed that leads to a secret treasure room. So let's go take a look at what he's got. Another black garb, that's a good thing. Ruby cuirass, some more thief's gloves, gold cuirass, an elixir, a gold hairpin, not bad. That's another one, so that's 4 we've gotten so far, 1 for everybody. Silver cuirass, and the blood sword. The blood sword is a very interesting weapon. You would think the ultimatome would be the ultimate prize in the whole game because it's considered the ultimate magic. Actually, if you have a sword user that's fairly reliable, the blood sword is a better ultimate weapon, quote-unquote. You remember how I've been talking about how enemies, when they hit you a certain way, certain enemies that usually are undead, they'll hit you for a percentage of your HP based on the number of hits that they inflict on you? So the blood sword uses that same formula. I think instead of 1/10 of your HP, though, for every hit, it's 1/16 of your HP for every hit. And it works on everything, as long as they're not undead. So that includes bosses. So that means if you get 16 hits with the blood sword, you will one-shot them from full health, as long as they don't have over 10,000 HP. So yeah, if you've got a strong sword user at this point, now granted it has as much accuracy as the ancient sword, so 0 accuracy, but hey, if you have a good, competent sword user, it's probably a worthwhile investment. That being said, I do not have a competent sword user, so we will not be using it. We're just going to take it right to the shop and we're going to sell it, which, frankly, most people playing Final Fantasy II casually would probably look at me and ask if I was crazy, but you should already know that by now. Look at my HP stat and I'm near the end of the game. I am crazy, and I'm embracing it. Alright, let's go to the item shop, sell some gear, and then buy some gear, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I think I need some high potions, yeah. Let's get up to 4, or get 4 more so we can get up to 30. I do need some regular potions, actually, for the Arcane Labyrinth when we do it, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to sell down to 15 of these, because I don't think I'll need 20 at any point here, so... And I usually keep about 15 of each item in my inventory in other games, unless it's like... Excuse me, an item that I use very often. So like ethers I'll keep up to 30, high potions I'll keep 30, and we'll go from there. So we'll keep the unicorn horns, sage's wisdoms. We don't need the saint spirits anymore because Firion has 99 spirits, so like we can just sell those off. And they're pretty tidy profit, about 5,000 gil a piece, so that's not bad. Not that we, need the money for anything at this point, so. Hermes shoes, I forget, did they cast haste 6? I feel like it's either haste 6 or haste 9, I don't know. But it casts it on your whole party, so it kind of spreads it out, which makes it a little bit less convenient than it could be. So, I wouldn't. Yeah, embrace insanity, like everyone else, exactly. Death Tome we'll get rid of, Berserk Tome, Protect Tome, Ultimate Tome we'll keep, Fire and Blizzard we'll use in the Arcane Labyrinth, we'll keep those too. Get rid of the Orichalcum, don't need it. Wizard Staff, nah. Don't need like I said last time, it casts Scourge 16, but it's spread across the entire enemy party, so it's less effective. Even if there's only one target, it's still, the damage formula for it is still considered as if there's multiple targets, so it'll only ever do like maybe 300 damage to an enemy that's weak to it, but not really that great, so. Alright, Blood Sword, 4,000 gil in my pocket, goodbye. Ice Brand, nope, don't need that, don't need that, don't need those. Flame bows, oh, sell for a decent bit, don't need those. Ice bow, don't need that. We just get rid of this and this. I'm going to keep the shields, though, because I don't know which element I'm going to want later on, so I'm just going to hold on to those, because they might each come in handy depending on what we're fighting, Gold hairpins are going to come in handy, too. We have enough for everybody at this point, but might as well just keep it, just because it's a rare piece of equipment. Don't need the armors, don't need the cuirasses, though, so we'll just get rid of those. Don't think I need the power sash anymore, but I'll hold on to it because it's, as far as I know, there's only one in the game unless you get it from enemy drops. Black garb, there's only 2 of. I'll keep the thief's gloves and the ice gloves, and then I think that's it. Other than the 5 potions that I bought, yeah. Okay. sort our inventory, it should be a little bit easier to micromanage now. I'm going to hold on to these Sage's Wisdoms as well, by the way, because they might actually come in handy in this playthrough, because Guy's intelligence is slightly lower than where I'd like it to be. Because then it just increases it to 99 flat, so we can actually use them in tough boss fights in order to give us a little competitive edge. No, that's not 30. There we go. Cottages... I don't know. I guess I'll buy up to 15. I don't think I'm going to ever use more than 2 or 3 more of them for the entire game, but, you know. And then elixirs... I mean, what else am I going to spend my money on at this point, right? Might as well just spend it on elixirs, get up to 15 or 20 of them, so we have them for later. I mean, I have enough to get up to 15 now, so... I'll go do it, why not? There goes most of my money, but that's fine. At least we spent it on solid assets that will help me out. Alright, let's go confront this cyclone. Just, I don't know, jump into it and see what happens. This is not going to work out for anybody involved now, is it? But yeah, so in case it wasn't clear by the multiple encounters we've had so far, the enemies on the world map have changed. So there's just stuff wandering all over the place that was not here before you went into the Mysidian Tower. When you beat the tower, these enemies popped out. So like now there's sorcerers and sergeants and captains and a whole bunch of other stuff wandering around Fynn, when in reality you would have not seen them unless you were in like Castle Palamisi, not Castle Palamisi, but the Palamisian Coliseum or something like that earlier. These big horns you would have seen around Mysidia, so that means the enemies around Mysidia are also different now. So there's a whole bunch of just variety going on the world map, and that means a whole bunch more encounters for your bestiary. There's a couple of exclusive enemies that are now gone from the world map, like the Goblin Prince that was over by Kashuan. You can't find it anymore unless you go into Kashuan Keep, so you can find that on like the first couple of floors there at least, so it's not like you missed it. But there are some other missable encounters on the world map right now that you need to beat, obviously, before you beat the game, or else, well, it won't be in your bestiary, so... So you can wander around the world map if you want, but I wouldn't, because we'll have an easier way of wandering around the world map in just a little bit. And besides, Fynn is kind of in immediate danger from this weather pattern, so let's fix the weather pattern, shall we? Just walk right on in and let the wyvern do the rest. Man, it's a funky looking puzzle box you got there, Emperor. It's the world that never was! Kind of. I mean, there's no moon, but it has that vague look to me. Alright, take us in, little guy. Let's see where we land and see if we can make it up to the Emperor. Alright, so we're inside the Cyclone. There's just dust blowing around all over the place. It's a good thing I'm not in there because I would probably be sneezing my whole way up there. But apparently the party's immune to that, or at the very least not showing it, so we will head up there. Oh good, ambush right away, and there's a vampire lady among the vampire women. So yeah, that whack, 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 and then they absorb your health. Effectively, that's what the Blood Sword does. So they got 2 hits, so they absorbed a certain chunk of Maria's HP there. So that gives you a vague idea of what to expect if you use the Blood Sword. It's something similar to that. Beat you to it, definitely gives off World That Never Was vibes. Yeah, for sure. Like, it's definitely got that vibe to it, so... the wizards, by the way, that drop the Osmos Tome that I'm looking for Firion and Ricard, they're also, you can also fight them here in the Cyclone, so... I don't know if we'll encounter them anytime soon, but we might, so... I guess I'll take a Maiden's Kiss, why not? But yeah, it's got big World That Never Was vibes to it, I think, so... In this chest is the Ripper Knife. It's an upgrade from the Orichalcum, if you had that. I think I'm going to leave Firion with the Mengauche for now, but the Ripper is a very interesting weapon, and I will talk about it, excuse me, at a little more length later when I might actually plan on using it. So, for now, the Mengauche is kind of just going to be the weapon of choice, you know. So, let's see. Double checking the map to see where we're off to after this. Can you kill a cockatrice with a level 3 flare spell? I don't think so, but I'll give it a shot. It's the spell that you really need to... I mean, I guess I need to level Toad as well to get it to level 8 so that it's done. But other than that, that's really the spell that you need to focus on now so you can work on getting closer to where Firion is. Because what has he got left to level? I mean, I guess I could get Life to level 8, but that only works on Undead. Blink will definitely get to level 8 by the end game because we'll be using that on every boss from now on. And honestly, I think I'm going to get rid of Dispel and Curse. I just don't really see us needing it, like, ever again, because we've got Berserk, we've got Haste, and that's really all that we'll need. I don't think we'll ever need to get Curse on enemies because we've already got so much damage just from Berserk and Haste that it's like, okay, I think we'll be fine without it. So, yeah, I think I might just get rid of those after this fight, just because. Those things have more HP than I thought. Must have like 400. But I got intelligence out of it, so that's a good thing. Alright, so let's see. So, Dispel. It was a fun experiment while it lasted to see if it will work out for us, but... Nah. We don't really need it. And Curse, we'll just get rid of that too. Make sure it's Curse and not something more important. And so if I get another Osmos Tome and I give it to Firion, that way they'll each have 8 spells. And even with Firion's low intelligence, that won't matter. Osmos at a like decent level, like 4 or 5, will still shred through enemies' MP bars. So we will definitely give that a shot when we get there. So. Now the floors in the Cyclone aren't too large, but they're mostly divided floors. So like you'll go up one set of stairs and they'll get you to like half of the floor. And then you'll have to backtrack to get to the other half of the floor, so. As for the enemies, well, there's a new one right there. We've got Royal Guard and a Wood Golem, so we'll work on that right now. Take one guess as to what a Wood Golem is weak to. Burn them all! Burn it to ashes, because it's weak to fire, 1800 damage, I think that was right there. I wasn't really looking. Royal Guards, there's nothing really to them. They're kind of like weaker versions of the Black Knights we fought at the very beginning of the game. They die to traditional weaponry. I think they can drop a Yoichi's bow, though. Oh, apparently they drop a Unicorn Horn as well. Nice. I'll add that to my collection in case they break. But yeah, I think they can drop the Yoichi's bow, which is the strongest bow in the game, so that's pretty nice, actually. I'm gonna use a high potion on Maria real quick. Haven't had time to heal, so just top her off real quick. So we didn't have an electric damaging floor in the Thunder section of the Mysidian Tower, so in the Cyclone we do. These floors will zap you for 1 HP per tile that you walk on. But it's well worth it to go over here because we get an upgrade for Maria, finally. A Poison Axe. A little bit more damage. It inflicts the Venom... Is it the Venom status or the Poison status? I think it's the Poison status is the permanent one and Venom is the temporary one. So it inflicts that status on enemies, but... it does negligible amounts of damage. It's like between 2 and 8 damage a turn, I think. Something like that. Even if they have a really high amount of HP, it's just not really much at all. In case anyone was wondering if Warp was ever going to be used again, yes, the Cyclone is the perfect place to use it, because otherwise I'd have to walk all the way back to the other side of the floor in order to get to the staircase that I need to go down in order to get to the next place. So there you go. More captains. More chances at a Toad Tome. I love how the captains actually managed to get a hit. The Helgigas tries to womp me, and it's just like, aw. We don't have effective damage against them anymore, though, so we might not be able to kill it in one hit with Maria. We'll see what happens. I should be able to kill this captain in one spell, though. Yeah, for sure. I mean, at 99 Spirit, I would hope so. Okay, so Maria can just one-shot them anyway. I don't need to double up. That's fine. If we don't get a Toad Tome from the captains, by the way, before the end of the episode, they're available on the world map now, so I'm not really super concerned about it. I'll just go find a group of them on the world map, and I'll just, like... I'll walk around Finn, and I'll reset if I get into too many encounters, you know? So... There's a Curse Tome, so a little bit of everything, but not what I wanted. That seems fair. I mean, when you're looking for it, that's when you don't get it, right? That's just like one of the rules in RPGs. So, should have known better than to doubt Maria's strength. Absolutely. At this point, I definitely should know better. She just has the power, and she cannot be stopped with the power. Look at that damage. That's without Berserk, and she's inflicting over 600 damage a hit at this point. That's atrocious. By the way, we can fight Gotos as a regular enemy now, so if you didn't get like a haste tome before this, you can fight him in the Cyclone as a regular enemy, so he'll be available for you to, you know, maybe get a spare Ripper knife out of him. You might get a Bacchus's Cider, which is obviously the worst reward he can give you, but, you know, it's there if you want it, and then you could get a haste tome out of him as well as those other two. So if you want to dual wield Rippers, hey, go nuts. I haven't really talked much about dual wielding just yet in the game, and that's because, honestly, I don't find it to be particularly viable until probably this dungeon, honestly, because you get, well, you have had the Men Gauche for a while, so that will help you with the whole process of dual wielding, but you haven't really gotten a complement to it for a while until this dungeon. There is a weapon available in this dungeon that is a complement to the Men Gauche that will allow you to kind of do a traditional, like, sword and knife. I think it's a European style of, like, because instead of using a sword and a shield, they'd use a sword and, like, a parrying dagger. Excuse me. So, like, you can do that in this game with the Men Gauche and another weapon that we'll be getting later on in this dungeon, so... You know, if you have a sword user. I don't have a sword user, but I can talk about what you could do with it if you did, so... Alright, we'll go up this staircase first. It leads to a central room with a few treasures on the outside, but this is the top half of the floor, and it's cut off from the bottom half, which is where the next section is, like the next sequence to get to get higher up in the Cyclone, so we can get to the top floor. Uh-oh, ambushed! 12 damage! What am I supposed to do about that? I'm totally unprepared for that. See if they can take out a Royal Guard without him royal releasing me. Nice and easy with the wood golems, nothing to it. Maria got an HP increase. I'll take it. And just one wood golem by himself. Alright, fair enough. I'm gonna even just practice Flare, honestly. They've got a lot of physical defense, though, and they're resistant to a lot of status effects, so, like, it's tough to curse them, it's tough to get any body elemental spells on them, so you're probably not gonna have much luck there, but, you know, you have a fire spell, you're fine, so. And by this point in the game, most people are... Like, most players have picked up on, oh, Fire, Blizzard, and Thunder, those are spells that are useful in most Final Fantasy, so let's give it a shot. And so it's usually at a decent level, you know. Okay, so diamond gloves and a diamond helmet. Nothing particularly special, but there you go, I guess. Use warp again so that we can go back here. Just save me a few steps, you know, why not? And I think, hang on. Yeah. So there is another set of 2 staircases. This is the bottom half of the floor that we were just on. It's another set of 2 staircases, so you get to pick a path again. So that's just great. Oh, good. A couple of wood golems. Guy didn't get an HP increase, so I'll just blast this one in front with Holy. Blast the one in back with Fire. And there we go. Haven't had a whole lot of enemies to Osmos just yet, but we can figure that out later. I forget how much HP these wood golems have. I want to say it's like 1,200, 1,400, something like that. I know that their cousins that we fight later have like 2,000 HP, which is ridiculous. If you don't have their weakness, it's kind of difficult to deal with them. But these ones, that should be fine. See, got him. Ooh, Ricard got evasion and strength and agility. Not bad. Oh boy, everybody's favorite, pick a path. We'll go through this one first. Okay, so there's more electric flooring over here, but I'll just tell you, if you go past the electric flooring, you'll find a staircase to a central room with 4 small rooms alongside it. If you go into any of those 4 rooms, they are empty, so they're trap rooms where there are just a bunch of monsters waiting for you. So I wouldn't bother with going across this set of electric flooring. I would just... There's treasures to the south of that. Just go grab the treasures, we'll warp out, we'll pick the other path, and that'll lead to the actual end of the dungeon. So There's a regular old Lamia in here. They're kind of tough, I guess. They can cast the Charm spell on your whole party, but it's only level 6, so you really don't need too much magic defense to be good against them. So, got some good physical defense, I guess, but yeah, we can cut through it. So yeah, just don't even bother going that way. Just go down here so you can grab the treasures and then you'll be fine. And there's a really solid treasure down here. Here's the Defender Sword. It's a unique sword by comparison to the other ones. This is actually the one I was talking about where if you wanted to dual wield in the game, this is your sword. Because it's a sword made for defense. And in this game, defense means evasion. This sword adds 16% evasion for every level of proficiency in swords that you have. So it's basically a shield. As a matter of fact, it gives more evasion than any shield in the game does. So it's a really powerful piece of equipment, especially if you pair it with something like the Mengosh, because then you're just getting evasion from both weapons and you can overcome the weight of most of your gear in order to just sword and knife instead of sword and board. So here you were thinking the Defender was going to be a shield. Well, again, if you were thinking in Kingdom Hearts terms, you would be correct, but it practically is a shield. It's a shield that can also whack things upside the head in this case. It's a sword that behaves like a shield. So, but yeah, it's a really powerful piece of equipment, and it makes dual wielding weapons a lot easier to recommend now because you can just dual wield the Defender and the Mengosh, and you've still got 99% evasion as long as you have both of those weapon types sufficiently leveled. That's the problem, though, because nobody in our party has those weapon types sufficiently leveled, so it's going to be a bit of a problem, but we'll figure that out after we take care of this problem, although we got a preemptive strike, so we can kind of take care of a little bit of it right away. So generals are the highest level of captain-type enemies. So there's like soldiers, sergeants, captains, and generals. They have 0 MP, so they will not bow you, but they hit really frickin' hard to compensate. So I'm gonna treat this like a boss fight, quote unquote, or a mini boss fight. We'll cast Protect and Berserk. I'm gonna teleport one of them out right away just so we don't have to deal with them, and then I'll cast Blink next turn so that I can hopefully prevent them from causing a disaster here. Like, at this moment right here, if they got decently lucky with their attacks, they could probably hit Maria for about 500 damage, which is a lot at this point in the game. Especially considering all of my preparations that I've already made, but we should be fine. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's 5 hits on Ricard, and that did 400 something damage. He'll get an HP and stamina boost out of this fight, but Jesus Christ, I definitely don't want that happening to anybody else. You know what? Fair point. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if it's as strong as it is in terms of its evasion, you don't need a shield. So I'm going to toss an Ether at Furion, actually, because he still doesn't have... I don't have access to an Osmos, so I won't be able to do that. I could try to Osmos this guy just to show you, hey, no, he doesn't have any MP, but... Nah, it's fine. Alright, we'll just defend so we can get the Blink up. And then this guy shouldn't be able to hit us after this, and we can just trash him. I just wanted to make sure we got some spell experience for Flare before we absolutely demolished him. And also might as well heal Furion while we're at it. We'll leave Ricard's HP where it is, because that way he can get some experience for it. And then demolish him. Yeah, so that was over 1,200 damage, almost 1,300 damage, and he survived. That's crazy. These guys have like 1,600 HP. It's kind of ridiculous. But thankfully they're only in a treasure chest for right now. Can you imagine what would have to happen if we had to fight those guys as regular enemies? Alright, let's go on the other path now. So the other path leads to another staircase pretty close by. And if you were to have gone on the other path, you basically would come out in the central room on the next floor that we're going to go to. And like I said, it's just 4 small rooms that are all trapped. If you go up this way instead, you can go around that central section of the room and get to the end of the dungeon. So that's what we're going to go do after I fight my way through these golems. I probably should have tossed a high potion Ricard's way before the fight was over, or rather before I got into this fight, but, you know, he'll probably be fine. Maybe toss an Ether at Guy, honestly, because I haven't really seen a whole ton of enemies that I can whatchamacallit, Osmos off of, so I'll just do that. And then, actually, you know what? Why don't you do another Holy Furion, so that way we know that guy's dead. And then, did that one survive a fire? Did I do something wrong there? He shouldn't have survived a fire. Oh, whatever. I don't know anymore. I wasn't paying enough attention. I was gonna say, he should be on death's door, though, if not, like, real close. Yeah, I mean, that one guy whomped Maria for like 130 damage there. That's not too bad, considering. It's more damage than she's been taking anywhere else in the game. Give her some chances to get some stamina, though. Excuse me. Alright. Let's toss a couple high potions around. So, there you go. Give you 3 of them, because why not? And that should be good. We can heal when we get HP increases after this. And then we should be good. Alright, it doesn't matter if you go up or down here. I'm just going to go down and around because there's actually a treasure chest a little closer to the down than to the up. But you'll be able to see some of the doors that I was talking about in this section if you look in the central room. Those are what we don't want. we did not want to go in there, so we're gonna go around instead. Maybe it didn't get hit with all the damage from the fire spell. Yeah, that's possible. Maybe I split it and like by accident, like maybe I multi-targeted by accident and then that split the damage up between the two of them, because that would have left both of them alive. So split damage in this game is not a whole lot of fun to deal with. So all right, good. We got the flare off before he died. That's what we wanted. Ideally, we'll get Flare and Holy up to level 10 by the end game, but we'll see. It might happen, it might not. 2 Bacchus's wine, thanks. I guess I'll get drunk while I'm wandering around the Cyclone. 4 Royal Guards. You guys have a Black Knight captain anywhere, or am I looking in the wrong place here? Toad worked pretty good last time. Let's try it again. I think these guys mostly just use physical attacks on you, so, I mean, I guess that can be problematic. Depending on your evasion, you'd probably get hit for some good damage, but we've got evasion for days at this point, so, I mean, Maria and Ricard might not be able to avoid all of their attacks, but, yeah, they can avoid most of them, so. Maybe we teleport since Toad didn't work. We can do a flare. And go from there. If I keep leveling it up, maybe Flare will turn into Rolling Flare. I think it's more of a culling Flare, if I'm honest. I don't even know if that's a thing. I know Rolling Flare is a thing, but Marie's not in the chat, so I don't know if anybody's going to get that one. Anyway, here's the treasure chest I was talking about. It contains a Wind Flute, which is... It summons a Cyclone in battle. So I guess this is how the Emperor summoned the Cyclone out of battle, maybe? But it also contains a monster in a box against the next dragon, the Green Dragon that we'll have to fight. Anybody who's played Dragon Quest II probably had a few nightmares at this point when they saw this in 1988, but thankfully I have not done so, so I will not be having any nightmares. This one likes to use, I believe, poison against you. I would imagine it's green, so I would think so. There's about 3,000 HP. We'll just treat it as a boss fight. I mean, the music's treating it as a boss fight, so we might as well too, you know. So we'll just do that, and we will be victorious. You could even use the Wind Flute on him if you want, but he's not particularly weak to that. I forget what element he is weak to. Probably Thunder, because he's poison, so like those have a mutually... like a relationship similar to Fire and Ice. Like, in the case of Fire and Ice, Fire's good against Ice, and Ice is good against Fire for the dragons, whereas with Thunder and Scourge, it's like Scourge is good against the Thunder ones, and vice versa, so... I don't even know if I want to cast anything with Furion, because I kind of want to leave everybody's HP where it is. Our Berserks should be fine, and then let's just try Flare out. If we even need it. Yeah, we might need it a little. He's got 3,000 HP, so it'll go off. And we'll get a little more damage from Poison Cloud. 16! We could Osmos that away, but, you know, it's just doing a little damage. It's fine. I'm surprised that he's actually vulnerable to poison, considering he's the poison dragon. You would think that he wouldn't, but there you go. Got shield level there. Got some MP for Ricard as well. Not bad. So that one wasn't too bad. Might as well just, you know, let the enemies hit me a little bit because, I mean, what else are they going to do, right? So, yeah, top everybody off. Might as well. I bought the potions, so I might as well use them. And honestly, I think we're good. I feel like we can. I'm probably going to save when we go up here, but I think we're pretty good because we have made it to the top. And those little stairs that you can see, not the ones directly in front of me, the ones at the top of the screen there. Once you hit those stairs, that's it. You're ready to fight the Emperor. So make sure you make all your preparations right now before you head up there. But I think we're ready. We can take him. Alright, Emperor, after I deal with your goons right in front of you, I'm coming for you next, because I didn't expect to be fighting these guys, but sure, why not? If they're gonna get in my way, so be it. I'll turn more of them into toads. I think these guys have about 1,000 HP, so not too bad to get through, honestly. Might be even less than that. Another intelligence boost, and another poison axe, thanks, and another unicorn horn. Like, good lord, man. How many of those do we have now? Like 4? Yeah. That's quite a lot. We shouldn't need to worry about having to get rid of temporary status ailments for quite a long time now, because that's more than enough. And they only break about 10% of the time that you use them, so, like, yeah, no, we shouldn't have any problems there. Alright, Emperor, I'm here for you! Well, one wyvern, yeah. Well, what are you going to do? Send your lackeys after me? Yes. Yes, he is going to send his lackeys after me. Get that shit out of here! Actually, Maria, why don't you attack the one that Guy's going to cast Toad on just in case he whiffs? I don't suspect Teleport will whiff, but just in case Toad whiffs. That is one wounded Toad. I'm coming for you! So yeah, you have to fight a few of his lackeys. And by a few of his lackeys, I mean basically the exact same configuration as last time, even to the point where, okay, so there was 4 this time. So it's the same configuration as the guys that tried to fight me right before we got to the Emperor, but I don't really foresee this being a problem. It's just Royal Guards after all. I mean, like I said, if you're a bow user, these guys might be valuable to you because of the Yoichi bow, but I think they can drop a Yoichi bow anyway. It's probably their rarest drop, though, if I had to guess, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Get a flare going, and there we go. I think after this is the actual fight with the Emperor, though. I think you only have to fight 2 sets of lackeys, and then you're done. So, oh wow, that just kills. Okay. Well, we got the flare off, at least. Stun Tome and Unicorn Horn. Maybe they don't drop a Yoichi's bow, because Stun Tome, Poison Axe, Unicorn Horn, and didn't they drop one other thing? I don't know. Whatever. Gee, you think? And what's that? Oh, is that all? Okay, let's see what you've got, big guy. Really? Really? They give me the fierce battle theme for his lackeys, and then you fight the Emperor and he has the generic boss music? Are you kidding me, guys? Come on now, you can do better than that. Alright, so anyway, we gotta fight the Emperor now. Do I buff? I guess I buff up. I mean, I might as well, right? Like, it's a boss fight, even though we've got lowly battle music for it. I might as well buff up, I guess. But he also has lackeys in the boss fight with him, so you have to cull your way through the lackeys in order to hit him with melee weapons. You can't hit him with melee weapons till the wood golem's out of the way, unfortunately, but that's fine. We can just accommodate and get through that pretty easily. Alright, so we'll blink you up, we'll berserk you up, we'll get a haste going for you, we'll get you berserked up, and then after that we can start culling the lackeys and then eventually get to the Emperor himself. Figures, though, they spend all this time building the Emperor up, and then what does he do? Hide behind his goons. Come on, man. Like, I mean, I guess he's been doing that the whole game, so it's nothing new, but I feel like at the very least he could, I don't know, power up or something and confront me personally. But, you know, that's probably not going to happen, so I might as well get my head out of the clouds. Goodbye, Royal Guard. Good lord, man. Got a whole bunch of those berserks off, didn't you, Maria? Alright, then. And the Emperor can cast other spells besides Thunder 10 as well. He can buff his party up with Blink and Barrier, but it's nothing we can't handle, honestly. Like, at this point, we've pretty much got this in the bag, so I don't even know if it's worth it for me to do much of anything else. I guess I'll Holy and do that. Maybe get a Flare going. I could also Osmos the Emperor of his MP, but, you know, we've got enough MP to make it through the fight, and after this, it's over, so, like, yeah, that's fine. The Emperor only has about 3,000 HP, so about as much as the dragon that we just killed, and Maria just did almost all of it in one hit, so goodbye! Staples button. That was easy. Furion got another MP increase, oh my lord. Guy got intelligence, I'll take it. And I got some eye drops from somebody. What? Did you bottle up your tears while I killed you, Emperor? What the hell, man? I don't think you have a choice. Those are fatal wounds. Goodbye. I'll see you in hell, Emperor Madius. Because y'all know I'm going to hell. I've killed so many people in this damn war. So many people have died in this damn war, but it's over now, so we can rest on our laurels. Yeah, something tells me Palamecia is not going to be recovering from this very easily. I mean, hey, that's how glory works, so let's celebrate our glory. The Chocobos who saved the world? No, wait, that's a different game. Oh, boy. And we get a dance scene. Where's Guy and Ricard? I feel like they could dance around. Guy could dance with Layla. Ricard could dance with Layla. Hell, Guy could dance with Ricard. I don't care. Like, let the guys do what they want. I'm kind of surprised that they have Furion and Maria dance together in this one. The impression that I always got was that they were effectively, like, Furion was adopted by Maria's family, so they were basically brother and sister since they were children. But some of the media around Final Fantasy II implies that they basically have this weird, like, almost incestuous relationship with each other, and it's kind of why I don't like most of the media that's supplemental to this game, because yuck. But whatever, that's not in the game, so we don't have to worry about it. Wait, what the hell? Leon's been the Dark Knight the whole time? Oh, god damn it. We probably should have... You know, honestly, that's on me. I've been so busy taking care of stuff for this whole process of defeating the Empire, we didn't bother to even look for Leon after we didn't find him in all the prisons we've been stuck in. Ah, shit. Well, I guess we got one last thing to go take care of. So yeah, we can't rest on our laurels just yet. Palamecia hasn't been defeated, and we need to go take care of Leon, whatever that's gonna mean. I guess we'll find out. Well, he still is. It's not a matter of was, he is. That'd be bizarre, though, wouldn't it, Maria? Like, how could he be acting under the Emperor's spell if the Emperor's dead? Wouldn't that have broken the spell? But yeah, so Leon himself is inside of Castle Palamecia, up in the mountains above the Colosseum. Any thoughts on how to get there, Princess? Yeah, well, I figured that much. It's not like... I mean, we could probably scale the mountains eventually, but it would take months. Like, I mean, I guess we could use the Wyvern to get up there now, but... Yeah, that's what I've been told. Excuse me. Really? Why did Paul break into Castle Palamecia? What could he have possibly gained? Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'll go talk to Paul about getting in then. Well, we're not going to fight him. We're just going to make him see reason. He is our brother, after all. That's the plan, Gordon. If we have to, we'll drag Leon back here kicking and screaming. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Alright, so we gotta go talk to Paul about breaking into the castle now that we have a free minute. So let's go rest on our laurels at the inn. We'll just resupply, and then we'll go talk to Paul. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's a good thing and a bad thing. They haven't had time to regroup yet, so that means they can't mount a counterattack while we're busy infiltrating the castle. But it also means that all their forces are consolidated in the castle. So the strongest enemies you'll be fighting in the army, the Imperial Army, will just be out to get you in the castle. So that's just great. Well, we're going to give it a shot. See what we can do about that. Crush the Empire! Yeah, because at that point, there won't be anybody to control them, like, because the Emperor was controlling them coming out of Hell, so if there's no one telling them to come out of Hell, they won't come out of Hell anymore. So, well, we're gonna go talk to Paul. He seems to know how to get into these places, so we'll go talk to him. But the Cyclone's gone now, so that's at least pretty good. I'll let you know when it happens, kid, don't worry. This poor little kid, he watched everybody die, and he's just like, is it peacetime yet? I'm really ready for peacetime. I have enough post-traumatic stress disorder for any child my age and then some. So. Oh boy. Let me check the temperature. I think it's too hot in here right now. Hold on. We're under a heat advisory for the next several days, so I just want to double check on Hunter's Cage, and if it's too hot, I'm going to go turn on the air conditioner. Hold on. Oh yeah. Definitely too hot. His cage is 88 degrees right now, and it's only been an hour. So we'll turn that on. Hopefully it won't be too loud in the background. I don't think it was very loud in the background before, but... because I had to turn it on during Portal 2's streams as well. But for what it's worth, I don't think I heard it too much. I mean, I can't hear the music currently in the game, but, like, I know what's playing. I've played this game enough times before to know what music is playing at what point, so... Alright, back to the item shop. I need to buy high potions for sure. So we'll buy those back to 30. And I think I used a couple of ethers, and other than that, we can kind of sell some stuff off, so... Okay, I think we're good there. Let me just sort my inventory in case. Yeah, I thought there was a couple of things that weren't sorted. Let's see, got to spare one of these, get rid of that, spare one of those, get rid of that. You think anybody would want this wind flute as a souvenir? I don't know, but I guess we're going to find out. Sell it and see if anybody buys it. Alright, get rid of those. It says, by the way, that the Bacchus's wine... I don't know if Bacchus's wine specifically does lower your evasion, but, like... the Berserk spell doesn't lower your evasion, so I'm not sure why they would put that in there. I don't know if it's just because that's how it is in other Final Fantasies or what, but... you know... it's not that way as far as I know with the spell, so I wouldn't use it with the spell. I'm going to hold on to the Ripper and the Defender Sword, though. They're still... they have one more use for me, despite the fact that I don't have a proficient sword user. I do have a proficient knife user, so we'll hold on to those. Don't need the Poison Axe, though, to spare. Flame Bow, get rid of that. Keep the shields for now. Both these Giant's Helms can go. Keep the Gold Hairpin. Diamond Helm can go. Golden Armor can go. Diamond Armor can go. Keep those. Diamond Gloves can go. And that's it. Okay. And just like that, we're back up above 250,000 gil. We weren't even gone for that long, and already our pockets are lined again. Like, oh my lord, what am I even gonna do with all that money at this point? You know, like, what is there to buy? So, yeah, then, yep, a new one just decides to pop out of the woodwork. So Paul doesn't have anything to say about getting into Castle Palamecia yet, but he has a house guest Sid, are you okay? Yeah, I heard the whole entire eastern seaboard got destroyed. I'm surprised you made it out, man. We probably should have gone and checked on you. Do you want me to heal you, Sid? I could use cure. Well, hang on, let me look. No, guy, Sid not okay. Those wounds don't look treatable. Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, are you sure? It's your pride and joy. I'll take good care of her, Sid. Don't worry. Oh, okay. Well, there goes another one. Damn it, Sid! So much death in this game. I don't think we've gone a single episode without a major character dying. But, I mean, it's war, so that's to be expected. So... Oh, I guess we left an impression on him. I will think about that, Paul, and I'll try to honor it. So, Castle Palamecia. Oh, well that's clever. How did you get enough air hang time to get up there? Yeah, so the reason why they gave you the airship is because you can use it to navigate the mountains in order to get into Castle Palamecia. You could probably also do that with the Wyvern, but then you wouldn't have airship travel. So, and it's a Final Fantasy game, so without airship travel, what are you really? So that's why they wanted to give that to you. All right, how are we doing here? So we still are missing that Osmos spell, but that's okay. We can work on that later. Quite honestly, I'm not even sure if Shell and Barrier are going to be all that useful going forward. Maybe Barrier, but I don't really see us using Shell. We'll see. It's more useful in the bonus content, so I guess it's not a bad idea to hold on to it just in case, but, you know. So his Toad spell's almost level 8, so we'll cast that a couple more times and it'll be 8. Excuse me. Then we can just work on Flare. Osmos is kind of fine where it is. You're just good all the way around. We can get the life spell up to level 8 probably in the next dungeon because there's quite a few undead enemies in Castle Palamecia. And we'll just work on getting Holy to 10. And you're good. Alright, so just that way I can take stock of what I'm up to. Now, as for the airship itself, it is all the way over in Poft, on this red dot. So we got to go all the way back over there. I'm going to walk on foot because it's going to give us a higher chance of running into captains and a higher chance of getting that Toad Tome that I was talking about. The reason why I need it, by the way, is because I need it for a floor in the Arcane Labyrinth. I actually did my due diligence and finally figured out what floors I want to spawn in the Arcane Labyrinth, because you can choose which floors you want to spawn when you go in, based on your key terms. We'll talk about that on the next episode, because for now, we're not actually going to do any of the Arcane Labyrinth today. We're going to do all of Castle Palamecia, and then we'll go do the Arcane Labyrinth on the next episode. So, and then that will be good. Bunch of bighorns. I guess teleport lets you two attack that one and try to Toad this one, since we got to work on getting Toad to 8 anyway. I wouldn't be shocked if Teleport gets to level 10 by the end of the game either. Like, I'm thinking Blink. I'd like to try to get Holy and Flare there, but I'm thinking Blink will probably get to 10. Teleport might get there depending on how much HP the enemies that I fight have. And, yeah, I don't know. We'll see from there. Ah, good. Flareга. I might take a page out of the Kingdom Hearts book, honestly, for when we get the spells to level 10 and be like, Flare Gun! Hell, the Flare Gun was a pretty powerful gun back in... Was the Flare Gun in Final Fantasy Legend 2? Or was it the Psy Gun? I don't remember. I think it was the Psy Gun, but whatever. Alright, group cast Holy, group cast Flare, and then... I don't know, see what happens from there. The Sergeants will probably live, but, like, well, some of them will. The ones that Maria and Ricard hit, definitely not, but the Sorcerer will be dead. Right now. Nice. Nuclear fission. Probably do that one more time and then they'll be dead. So. Maybe get both read a couple of times, but it's fine. It's not like we need to worry too much about that, you know. We got that in the bag. Flare, or... The way that it seems to work, at least in the way that I've seen it anyway, is that it seems like the first cast of the spell gets you the most experience, and then you get diminishing returns on any other cast of the spell for the rest of the battle. So, I don't know how true that is. That's just what it anecdotally seems like to me. So I usually don't like casting the same spell twice in situations like that. I'll just be like, okay, well, we'll just cast something else. So that Aura Tome's not really going to help me. We're looking for Osmos. Osmos, you hear? Or Toad. But we wouldn't have gotten either one of those from those enemies, to be fair, so. Alright, same thing. This time they all should die because there's only 2 sergeants, so. There's quite a lot of spells that you can get from these guys. If you haven't gotten haste yet, there are a bunch of sorcerers in a lot of the different battle formations out on the world map around Fynn and Poft and Paloom, so. You can kind of just wander around out here, and before long you should grab a haste tome. So. And a lot of the spells that they drop are worth quite a bit of money as well. See, like, there you go. There's a haste tome right there. So, 2 drain tomes as well. Those are the opposite of what I need, but, you know, we'll figure that part out later. There's a captain. Let's just teleport him out right away. I'll Osmos the guy in the back, and then there we go. Might as well just do a little Osmosing. Why not? Maybe I'll Toad something to get it to level 8 as well. Oh, I must have gotten a preemptive strike. I was going to say, I guess you're not casting any spells this turn, huh? But no, he definitely isn't, actually. I don't even know if we're going to get Toad off, honestly. But that's okay. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Oh, it did happen. Good. Goodbye. I hope you encounter a princess in your next life. Because that's the only way you're getting out of that situation without, being an amphibian. Another haste tome. So yeah, if you didn't get it before, I mean, I wanted to get it before, but you don't have to worry about it if you don't get it. You'll get it, so. Alright, so we have the airship. We can take it all over the world now. As long as you are on flat land, you can land it. So if you're in the trees, or if you're in any other terrain besides grasslands, you can't land it. Desert, anything like that, can't land it. But anywhere that's just a flat old grassland, you can land it. So there you go. But before we go to the castle, which is down this way, it's directly above the Colosseum, I have a couple of stops I'd like to make. I want to go to Dist because they'll probably want to know that the last Dragoon and the last Wyvern are alive and kicking. And then I also want to go to Mysidia because, well, do I want to go to Mysidia now or do I want to go after we get the last key term? We get one more key term after we beat the castle, so maybe I'll go to Mysidia after. So let's just go to Dist, how about that? And just let them know that Ricard is alive and the last Wyvern is kicking. And full of vigor and vitality. Because I'm sure they would want to know. So let's go let them know. Yeah, somehow. Especially with the water supply poisoned the way that it was. So. So her child is named Cain. I wonder if that's going to become a trend. And then I can train you to be a Dragoon. There you go. We will do that, Cain. Don't you worry about that one. I don't think he was named Cain in the original version. I think that's a, I want to say that's a Dawn of Souls thing. I'm not even sure if he was named Cain in the PS1 version. But, well, there you go. Alright, how are we doing on everything? Okay, so we can make a quick pit stop in Bofsk before we head to Palamecia, just so we can heal up at the inn. You can also have a chat with everybody here, but they don't have any new dialogue since the Dreadnought was destroyed, and that's a little weird. But I mean, I guess you're not really expected to go back here after, you know, you destroyed the Dreadnought, because, like, why would you? What's the purpose? But, you'd think they'd be more horrified at the fact that every town to the west of them practically got destroyed except Salamand, but yeah, they don't get any new dialogue. That's okay, though. They don't need it. It's fine. It's just a thought, anyway. Okay. So, off to the castle. So we can go confront Leon. I will save before we head in, and then we will see what we can get up to. Might just save while I'm here. I think I can save while I'm in the airship as well, but yeah, we might as well save somewhere safer, I guess. Now, landing on this thing is a little bit tricky because you don't just land directly on it like this. You got to go like above that little pillar there so that you're not quite touching it, and then land. And that will take you down into the actual castle itself. But we're already on the 7th floor, and I believe there's only 8 floors, so that should be fine. Hell, if we landed in the right spot, we might just make it directly to the boss by the, you know, pretty close to when we get in here, so... Oh, Gotos, you're too little too late, man. I don't think you're going to make much of a difference now. We are well on our way, and I don't think you can stand in my way anymore. Especially not if I annihilate you with Holy and Flare. Alright, there we go. It's a dead end, huh? Maybe there's something with this emblem on the wall. No? Huh. Well, maybe I missed a door or something. Yeah, unfortunately, there's only one way to go once you land in the castle, and that's straight down to the 1st floor, where we will have to climb all the way back up. Great. But it's fine. There's plenty of battles to be had along the way, so we should get a good chunk of experience out of it, so I'm not super concerned about it. We can fight a killer mantis so we can use Blizzard at some point here. Or not, never mind. You guys can just kill them instead of us using any of our precious MP. That's fine too, I guess. Here's a Diamond Cuirass. It's better than any other Cuirass you have, so if you have somebody that doesn't have a white robe, a black robe, or a black garb, it's probably worthwhile to use it. I mean, it gets you to 69 defense, so we all know that I love that part, but I don't know. Maybe I'll hold on to it, because eventually the white robe, it's... there's a door down there, by the way, but it's a trap room, so don't go in there. Eventually the white robe, if I get enough ribbons from, like, random drops from Lamia Queens, which are available to fight around here, if I remember correctly. Ah, the Black Knights are back. I can finally get my revenge. But I'm not going to toad them. I'll just let you guys attack them. Wow, they got quite a bit of defense. Not shocked, I guess. They're the Black Knights that we fought at the beginning of the game, but, you know. I guess I was expecting them to be as not tanky as the Royal Guards were, but apparently I should be respecting their defense a little bit more. Maybe not, because I got a preemptive strike, so never mind. I guess I can try Toad. Should get to level 8 even if it doesn't work. Yeah, but if I get enough random drops from Lamia Queens, I kind of doubt that it's going to happen because it's their rarest drop, but like, hey, if I get enough ribbons, then the white robe won't be useful to me anymore because I can just equip the ribbon. So what the ribbon does in this game is it resists all magical elements, so fire, ice, thunder, and poison, and all status ailments, so like mind, body, matter, and death. So if you have equipment that already does that, you can, as long as it's not giving you stats that you need, which by the time we get another ribbon, Firion will probably be at 99 spirit without the white robe, we can equip something that has a little bit more, a little bit more resistance for him that way, so. There you go. But this castle's a bit of a maze, unfortunately. There's quite a lot of winding pathways inside of it. And unfortunately, that's a problem, as we'll see in a moment once I grab this treasure chest, so. Alright, so we've established that these Black Knights don't go down very easily to conventional weaponry. You go down to conventional weaponry, though, so we'll just take care of you real quick. And by conventional, I mean a fire spell. So. Well, that'll be one Black Knight down. I might as well try teleport, I guess, just to see if it works. But yeah, I mean, the damage that they're dealing is manageable. We can handle it. Okay, Toad's level 8, that's good. I don't think these guys have any MP, though, so we can't just osmose it away. So we're going to have to find another source of MP for Guy there. But at least he's getting intelligence pretty reliably now. That's good. There's a lot of really high-level enemies around here, though. Most of the enemies around here are rank 5 or 6. You might even get into a rank 7 battle, depending on what's available, so... Well, there's an hourglass in that chest. Unfortunately, warp doesn't work in this castle. Probably because if you used warp as soon as you fell into the pitfall trap, you'd just end up right back up at the top of the pitfall, which kind of defeats the purpose of the pitfall, so... If you want to go wandering around for treasure, you have to walk all the way back to wherever you came from. Isn't that wonderful? But thankfully I have a fair idea of where I'm going, so it shouldn't be... I mean, it's an 8th-floor castle, so it's going to be a long dungeon, but... Why did I target that guy? They have like 2,000 HP. There was no way in hell I was getting through all of that with just Maria and Ricard. Oh well. Just do that, and then everybody else attack this guy. And maybe that should be enough to get rid of them. We'll see. I didn't see how much damage Maria and Ricard did to this guy, so... Okay, well, got rid of him. What about you? Nope, not quite. Okay, that's fine. Because he'll be gone in a moment. Boy, what if he had just died from the poison right there? Like, what if he was on death's door and the poison was just like, boop! Would have been pretty funny, I think, but... Oh, well. Yeah, so we'll see that emblem all over the castle. It's not anything special, it's just the emblem of the Emperor, basically. Don't think that's going to help him much, though, considering the Emperor is in hell. But, you know. I guess it's a reminder for Leon. It's like, hey, this is what was here, but now I'm here. This is the right passageway, right? Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. Well, there's a treasure to the left, actually, of this passageway. It's a garlic, though, so I don't know if it's really worth it for me to go grab it. But maybe I will, just for the hell of it. Good, some intelligence as well. Some more spirit. Some garlic. I guess I can use it to cook a good dish once we get the hell out of here, but till that point, it's just going to kind of sit in my inventory, I guess. Do I blizzard the killer mantis, or do I fire the... No, I think I fire the vampire girl. The killer mantises aren't really a threat because they can't use magic. Magic is usually a bigger threat in most of these battles once you have enough evasion. I gotta tell you, this is like the most lopsided my HP has been in this game since, like, ever since I first played it. Like, it's just such a bizarre combination of HP values that we've got going on here. So, Furion having the lowest amount, Maria's just kind of awkwardly hanging out in the middle, Guy's still up at the top, which is normal, but usually Guy has quite a lot more HP than everybody else in my party. But, I mean, the reason why he doesn't in this case is because he's been in the back row for most of the game, so... But... It's just such a weird combination, so... Also, I don't think there's any invisible walls in this place, if I remember correctly, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Uh-oh, stone golems! So these guys are the wood golems' stronger cousins. They have quite a lot of MP, and I believe they can cast the stop spell on you, if I remember correctly. They also hit really frickin' hard, so... And they have even more HP than the wood golems do, so that's just great. See if I can just slurp up all of his MP right now. I think that's most of it. I think he has... Is it 300, or does he only have 240? I feel like 240 is about all he has, but whatever. But yeah, they've got quite a lot of physical defense. We're probably not going to be able to get through it with most of our traditional weapons. However, Scourge, as it turns out, melts the stone that the golems are made out of. And also the Poison Axe does mondo damage because it's poison elemental, so that's pretty nice too. They've got like, I think 1800 HP, 1600, something like that, but... This is one of the enemies, and probably the only enemy that Scourge is worth leveling up for, because you can just about one-shot them with a level 7 Scourge spell at our current intelligence level. So that's pretty great. I was considering not even leveling Scourge, to be honest, and I think Stone Golems would have given us a headache if I didn't level it. Oh, there's Leon's old buckler that he had at the very beginning of the game. Poor Leon, man. I left him out alone in the cold for no reason, and now he's just, look at what's happened to him. I feel bad because I should have been paying more attention and been like, nah, okay, we need to look for him while we're in the process of doing this whole Ultimate Tome shenanigans, but yeah, we didn't, and now we gotta pay the price. Alright, Holy is level 9. Good. So, what else have we got to level here? Life, if we keep running into undead enemies, it should be level 8 by the end. I think Shell and Barrier are probably good where they're at for the rest of the game, to be honest. I don't really see them being a problem. The only thing Barrier doesn't resist if we hit all 6 levels is Body and Ice. And, I don't know, if we have Flame Shields on, Body is not usually a huge problem, so it's like Slow, Silence. There's a couple of other, I think Stun and one other. Maybe Sleep? I forget if Sleep is Body or Mind, but there's only like 4 spells that are in it, and none of them deal damage, so it's like, you know. Fire's almost at 9, Flare's at 6.5, so let's just, and Haste is where it is, so we'll just work on Haste when we get into boss fights. So let's just keep working on Flare at this point, and Holy we can just keep leveling as we go. If we find some wizards, maybe then we'll get an Osmose Tome, but until that point, we'll just use what we've got, you know. I'll Cure. I don't think we really need it that badly, but I'll Cure. Why not? Oh, okay. Bye, Gotos. I mean, we won't get a reward from you, but I can still get stat boosts even if you run away, so sure, you do you. He was ready. He was just ready to jump out of that battle as soon as humanly possible there. It's like, nope, this is not happening. I'm getting out of here. You guys are too strong for me. I think if I remember correctly, Gotos can run away in the boss fight with him, because I think he starts with a fear score of 20%, which is pretty much what the goblins and everything had out on the world map way back at the beginning of the game. So, but obviously that's not really much of a problem for us right now, because he's not a boss, so we'll just... If we annihilate him with our attacks, we do. If we don't, and he runs away, then that's okay. Whatever we did in the battle before he ran away, we get points for, we get experience for, so... Another Bacchus's Wine. Won't need that, but thank you. Alright, so this floor is a little bit wonky. There's a treasure to the left and then the staircase to the right, so all the way to the left. When I say to the left, I mean all the way, so... Alright, we got an Amoeba here. These guys are real annoying, and I'm kind of glad that we only ran into one of them because they shouldn't take too long to kill. They got quite a lot of HP, and they're resistant to matter elemental spells, so you can't just teleport or toad them out. You kind of just have to inflict flat damage on them and hope for the best. Just the one is fine, but like, if there was more than one there, it would have been a little rough. Because we would have had to split our damage up a little bit. We probably would have only been able to get rid of 2 of them in a single round, basically. Uh-oh, monster in a box and an upgrade for Ricard. Imperial Shadow? Ah, the court jester has finally decided to show up. Fair enough. So, the game's not treating it like a boss fight because we're just getting the generic battle music. Once again, they're underestimating the Emperor. So I guess we'll treat it as a boss fight even though the game's music is not. Because why not? I might as well work on haste and stuff. Uh-oh, he's got the death hamsters. Good thing it didn't work. You ain't got nothing on me when it comes to death hamsters there, sir. I am not immune, but I have high magic resist. The Imperial Shadow, I believe, is considered undead, so you can't osmose it, and like, so if you osmose an undead enemy, you'll lose MP rather than gaining it, so probably not a good idea to do that. But on top of that, I believe it has about 3,000 HP, so as much as the Emperor did. Oh good, death level 8. I love that. Well, let's hope we don't get unlucky. Goodbye, Ricard. Well, I guess I can fix that while we deal with him. But, yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Oh well. Is what it is. At least it wasn't, what was that spell in Digital Devil Saga that you had to watch out for? I think it was Hell's Gate, if I remember correctly. Where you could just, everybody in your party could just get petrified immediately by Hell's Gate and you just die. And there was just, like, the first time you went through a dungeon where Hell's Gate was a problem, there was just no way to avoid it. It's like, okay, roll the dice. Do you die or do you live? But thankfully in this game we've got enough magic defense to not really have to worry too much about that. So, of course, I believe Ricard lost all of his buffs by getting KO'd, but we can handle the rest of the fight without him. So, see? There you go. And unfortunately, the Imperial Shadow gives us absolutely nothing for defeating him. But I guess we got a Thunder Spear out of that, so that's all I could really ask for. Stronger than the Ice Lance, so I'll take it. And let's high potion up a little bit. None of you need it, but you could use like 3 of them, so there we go. Ricard's got almost more HP than Guy at this point. That's crazy. I'm going to wait to save till we get to the next floor, actually. Let's just backtrack and then go the opposite direction. And just do some flare. There we go. I might actually sprint in the opposite direction because, I mean, we already covered this half of the floor, so I might as well sprint till I get to the point where... Oh, thanks, another Ripper. I'll take it. It's not like I need more haste tomes. Ah, so you remember that part where I was joking about, yeah, wouldn't it be bad if we fought this guy as a regular enemy? It wasn't a joke, unfortunately. Do I really need to go with all that, though? I might as well just cure, honestly, and then just attack and try to get him... I don't know if Toad's gonna work, but I'll give it a shot. It's level 8, so it might work. Yeah. Okay, cool. They don't have that much magic oh my lord! They don't have that much magic defense, so sometimes those spells get through. That being said, that particular general dropped me a big upgrade! That's the strongest axe in the game, and that means, Maria, you are getting a big boost right now. We'll be able to get this rune axe in the next dungeon that we go to, like in the bonus content, but still, getting it here, hey, I'll take it. So, that's 109 attack power she's got to work with. Of course, you know that's a problem, because that means I just dipped into some of my luck for this, the drops in Soul of Rebirth when we actually need the drops in order to get the proper equipment, but, you know, it'll probably still work out. Maybe. The Rune Axe is effective against Spellcaster-type enemies, and there are quite a lot of enemies for the remainder of the game that are considered Spellcasters. I believe Gotos is considered a Spellcaster, so... Let's watch Maria hit for about 900 damage without Berserk right now. Okay, maybe I overestimated a little bit, but... Still, it's quite powerful. I'm just going to teleport, actually, and then just let everybody else do their own thing. Yeah, you'll generate that luck back later. Yeah, I hope so, honestly, because it's not a matter... In Soul of Rebirth, it's not a matter of wanting the drops in order to be powerful enough to beat the game. It's a matter of equipment not being available unless you get it as a drop from an enemy, and you really need a lot of that equipment in order to be, like, efficient in the end game in Soul of Rebirth. Like, it's tough, because you have to get the drops or you're screwed, so... Ow! Boy, it's a good thing that guy didn't hit Maria again, because holy shit, that would have hurt. I'm going to give that to Ricard. I guess we'll treat it like a boss fight since the game wants to throw so much damage my way. Why not? Alright, now Maria, get Protect up before they start hitting you. Thank you. They should be a little safer now. Yeah, especially if they both target Ricard. So that'll keep Maria a little bit safer. And then we'll get Haste up, and we'll get Berserk up, and then we can just wail on these guys. Yeah, these guys can drop some really good equipment as well. Like we saw the Rune Axe was a good drop. I think they can drop Dragon Armor, if I remember correctly. It's the only piece of heavy armor in the entire game that I could actually see someone using if they have good enough evasion, because it is similar to the Black Robe in terms of its status protection. It provides protection against all elemental forms of damage, so fire, ice, thunder, and poison. And yeah, that's pretty good. It's heavy, though, so you got to be a little careful with... Oh my god. You got to be a little careful with the dragon armor because of how heavy it is, but if you have enough evasion, it shouldn't be a problem. That was almost 2,800 damage that Maria just hit for. That's awesome. Alright, let's top you guys off, though. There we go, that should be good. I mean, I guess I got Berserk and Haste up, so I shouldn't be shocked. But, you know. There's another Saint Spirit. We can sell that for a cool 5,000 gil. The door, I think we saw a door just down there, by the way. That door is not trapped, so we're going to want to go around the room in order to get to it. You know, I can probably just cast Blink, honestly. Like, all these guys do is hit really hard, so, like, I could probably just cast Blink and be fine, honestly. Hang on, let's have you attack that guy, then you can try to toad that one. And then you attack that guy. Just get Blink up on both of them, and then throw an Ether next turn, maybe. Yeah, it looks like instant death works pretty well on those guys, so I'll have to keep that one in mind. Ah, good. Ricard has more HP than Guy does now. That's fantastic. Alright, toss an Ether Farian's way. And then you go for a Flare. We'll go from there. Not bad on the damage. I might throw a Holy out next turn, honestly. Although I think we've done pretty well. I mean, we're pretty safe now, honestly. Like, they can't... He can't really hit me, I don't think, at all, because of Blink. So, we can probably just do that and get a little... I probably should also be trying to get a little bit more weapon experience from Maria and Ricard, because they could get up to level 10 on their weapons if I do that. So maybe if we find some more stone golems or something, it might be worth it to just kind of... like, cast Blink and then hang out in the battle so that they can get some weapon experience. How close are they, anyway? Let's see. Oh, you've got a little bit there, so you probably need another... That looks like 3 more battles to me in order to get to level 10 on that stuff, and you have probably about 4 more battles to get that to level 10, so... I don't think we'll find enough to get either of them to level 10 before the end of the dungeon, but we might get close, so... I think I said I was going to save at the beginning of this floor, didn't I? And then I didn't save. Well, I can always do that in a second. Didn't get as much, whatchamacallit out of that as I thought I was going to. As much MP out of that last Ether as I thought I was going to, so just toss it. I think what I'll do is I'll just have them try to generate some weapon experience from this fight, because... I believe these generals are either rank 6 or rank 7. I don't remember which, but they're quite high ranked, so it should get us a good chunk of weapon experience for very little risk. Of course, if they keep critting, I don't know if they'll get any weapon experience, because the battle will be over before they get any, but, you know. I guess we're just too strong at this point. Man, keep dropping their gloves for me. Must be knocking them off of their hands from all the damage we're dealing. I guess Ricard got some weapon experience there. Maybe I should have just had Maria attack. Oh well. But it looks like 3 hits will get them weapon experience from those generals, so if we keep encountering them, I can just do that, and then that should be good enough. This should also be able to get us some weapon experience, I think. I might just have Farian stand pat, honestly. We'll let Guy cast Flare because it's still level 7, but... Yeah, if they each throw stuff, then they should be able to... I don't think they're going to take out Gotos in 1 round, no. So you know what I'll do, is I'll have Farian throw out a target all holy. And then, just keep casting Flare. Oh my lord. Over 1,000 damage without Berserk. That's crazy. Just throw that out there. That should take care of... Okay, never mind. Didn't take care of the guy up top, but... Haste 6. That's cute. Maria, Ricard, why don't you guys just take care of that real quick? Osmos away his MP so I can get a little bit of a batterie for myself. 4. Is that all you've got, Gotos? 4? Guess I should expect that at this point, honestly. Getting some good intelligence boosts on Guy now. What's he looking at in terms of his intelligence now? Oh wow, he's all the way up to 64. He's gotten 12 intelligence boosts since the beginning of this video. That's great. That will definitely work out. Whole bunch of stabs in this room. So a mage's staff, a wizard's staff, and then a new one, a healing staff. This one's kind of interesting because it works exactly how it works in other Final Fantasies where it's available. If you hit yourself with it, it will heal you. Of course, there's a problem with my party in terms of hitting myself with it, and that is that half of the party's in the back row, so the staff can't actually hit anything in the back row, so it'll whiff. And the other half that's in the front row has so much evasion that they'll just dodge it, so... Yeah, probably not going to use that one. But hey, it's there if you haven't really been blanketing on your evasion stat like I have, so... I don't actually know if Teleport and Toad are going to work all that well on these guys. Never mind. I turned a Snake Lady into a Toad. That's just great. Yeah, Ricard's probably going to need an Ether by the end of this place. Most likely, if we're going to end up fighting Leon at the end, it's like, okay, well, guess I'm going to have to. I'm not going to have a choice. You guys can probably take care of this. Just switch your targets and then maybe let Guy do a little bit of damage here or there. They've got like 1,000 HP, so we might not even need Flare. I'm just letting the boosts happen now. I don't even care what they are. It's just like, okay, just let it happen. If we get something good, cool. If we don't, that's fine. We're strong enough. Ah, finally, an undead enemy to let me cast Life on. Cool, I'll take it. Cast Fire on you, because all the flowers are weak to fire. Granted, the skull is also weak to fire, but the Devil's Blooms are not weak to life, because they're not considered undead, so... Gotta use life where we can. I don't know if it's just the damage being so high for Maria's Rune Axe at this point or what, but like it seems like she does a lot of damage to a lot of the different enemies now. More so than the Poison Axe by a pretty decent margin. And again, it might just be the raw attack power, or it might be that a very large number of enemies are considered spellcasters for whatever reason. Sorry, just double checking the map here. Okay, so... There's 2 ways to go. The easy way is over here. There's a quick staircase here. There's another staircase on the opposite end of the room that we can also go to, that we will go to momentarily. But we're going to go in the short way first, because there are some treasures for us to go grab on the short way. And there's a treasure room ultimately at the very end of it that we can use to grab a few more elixirs, and then we can, well, not warp out, because we can't use warp in here, but... You know, Blizzard 12? Oh, that might hurt a little bit. I guess it's target also won't hit that badly. Yeah, never mind. I was wrong! Yeah, I mean, I guess first come, first serve. Apparently Firion really wanted this one. He's like, nope, I've got the life spell. Instant death. Instant life. And life is level 8. Guy got some magic defense and intelligence. Ricard got some more strength. Not that he needs it. He's got good enough strength for a while. Maria has breached 1,000 HP. I don't remember when that happened, but there we go. So, Firion, you're the only one left that has not breached that 1,000 HP threshold, and... Well, your stamina is only 17, so I don't think it's going to happen for a little while yet, but... We'll work on it. It's fine. I should probably use a cure next battle. If I'm not just casting life over and over again, because there's more undead than I know what to do with. Ah, this'll work. So we'll do a cure, and yeah, might as well cast Protect on for both of you. Get the Osmos going to grab all his MP, and then we can go from there. Maybe I'll have Guy throw an Ether for Firion next turn. And then we can have Firion cast Blink. I'm not sure if Protect will be enough to, well, protect us from the kind of damage this guy will whomp us with, but we shall see. So we'll just get Blink going, and we'll go from there. Toss an Ether for us. There we go. And I mean, we can get away with just tossing Ethers over the course of the rest of the game if we don't get enough Osmoses, but hey, you know, if I can get it, I'd rather try to get it. Alright, so I think we need to hit you 3 times in order to get the weapon experience, or maybe it's 4. I don't know if you're a higher or lower rank, or rather the same rank or a lower rank than the, whatchamacallits. Than the generals. I think you're 1 rank lower, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Still, we're pretty much all head full in terms of our MP now, so just let you guys wail on him until you get your weapon experience and knock him over. Okay, that works. That was a little bizarre. Hold on a second. I don't know if that was just the mobile hiccuping or what, but it said that I had hyphen viewers and no duration for about 1 second there, and then it popped back. I was like, uh-oh, did I disconnect? I did not. I don't think I did anyway. It doesn't say I did on ye old OBS, so. Alright, there's a Sunblade in this chest. It's effective against undead enemies, and there's a lot of those in this castle, so probably a good idea for any budding swordsman in there, but it's a monster in a box with another Lamia Queen. So if you didn't get the ribbon the first time, it might be worth your while to try and get it now, but yeah, this is in the middle of a recording, so I'm just going to not bother. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to do that to you. I'm going to cast on the Coeurl. Those Coeurls can use Blaster on you, which will knock you out instantly, so definitely be careful of that. You can sap each of them of their MP, though, and that'll kind of help out, so. Or you could just annihilate them in 1 hit. That works too. Oh, we got a drop of something. Sage's Wisdom. Okay, I'll take it. That's fine. Guy could use that in some of the boss fights going forward. There's quite a few boss fights between here and the end of the game, though, so I don't know if we'll have enough for all of them. We'll have to pick and choose our targets, you know. Okay, more generals. It's a preemptive strike, so let's get Blink going. We will just, I'll cast 1 flare, and then we'll just let you guys get weapon experience other than that, or try to anyway. It depends on how much damage we do here, because these guys, we're doing very significant damage with the Rune Axe at this point. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's the Rune Axe. It's the strongest axe in the game, so of course it's going to do massive damage, but let's throw the 1 flare and then let them do the rest of the work. Oh, and I don't think the, it may have looked like there was like a 1-tile wall that might have been considered an invisible wall near the entrance to this floor, but I don't think that's an invisible wall. I think it's just a wall. So I'll look when we go past it, but I don't think it is, so we'll see. We should be going past it in just a moment once we get up here. Yeah, see, no invisible wall. I would have passed right through it if it was. Alright, well, we're back up on the 7th floor where we started, and if we look at the very left end of this corridor here, once I go all the way to the end here, we'll actually be able to see the hallway where we landed here. And, well, we won't have to worry about that now because we're through. We just need to backtrack in order to get to the other staircase, and then we'll be able to go, but let's grab the treasure before we go. More and more agility. I will take it. I was going to say, we probably are getting close to 80 agility on one of you here, so that's pretty great. That should mean quite a few preemptive strikes going forward. Blink is almost level 9. Teleport's like 2/3 of the way. We'll keep that in mind. Haste, the next boss fight, it'll get to level 8 most likely. Fire, I need to cast it a couple more times. It'll be level 9. Just keep casting Flare. And Ricard's almost got Berserk and Protect level 6, so... Yeah, see, that's the door that we entered over there in order to get to that pitfall room. But this door is not a trap. As a matter of fact, it has some nice little treasure in it. Oh, good, an enemy that I can cast fire on in order to get it to level, what is it, 9? Actually, I don't even know if it'll get to 9 from this, but probably be pretty close. Okay, well, that did enough damage, that's for sure. An elixir here, an elixir here, and an elixir here. Alright, that's it for this floor. Backtrack a couple of floors and then we're good to go. I'll toss an ether my way. And then do a flare. That. Might have Guy use Osmos next turn depending on how much damage we do to these Lamias. I think that him and Ricard should be able to kill this. Oh yeah, easily. Should be able to kill this one. And then, yeah. They're considered spellcasters, so Maria gets 20 extra damage out of that rune axe on those guys. Alright, backtracking time. Just head back down this staircase, head down the staircase by the Sunblade, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so once we get back to the floor where we went the short way originally, it's just basically straight lines from there to get to where we need to go, so I'm probably just going to leave the map. I've got the map on the last floor here, which is, once we go the long way, we'll end up on the last floor, so... Oh good, another haste tome. Now they're going to give them to me like crazy when I don't need them, but that's okay. Keep on getting those preemptives, that's for sure. I might be able to kill a cockatrice with flare now. We'll see. Won't kill that flying ray, but that's fine. I think Maria and Firion should be able to kill these things by themselves. So. And the cockatrices can't cast any magic, neither can the flying rays, so it should be fine because they'll just be left in the back row to do nothing this turn. Alright, we'll just let you guys clean up. How are we doing weapon experience-wise? Oh, you only need one more, and so do you, in order to... One more good fight in order to get you guys to weapon level 10, so let's try to pound that out while we're here, huh? Probably not in this fight, though. I mean, the skulls we'll be able to kill fairly easily. I wonder if they're immune to fire. They're undead, so you'd think they'd be weak to it, but... I mean, look at the fire that's around their bodies. I would imagine that might give you an indication. It might not be fire, though. It might just be smoke. Not that we're going to find out, because they don't have enough HP to last. So. They have quite a bit of gil, though. So I'll take that. I mean, that was 11,250 gil from that one fight, so... That'll do. That'll definitely do. Get a fire going there. Kind of got a good rhythm with this type of a battle at this point. I do hope we see another stone golem or something, though, so Guy can replenish some MP, but, you know, if we don't, we don't. One thing I would like to see, I think, before we get to the bonus content is I'd like to see if the, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'd like to see if the Colosseum is still open underneath this castle, because if it is, we might be able to go downstairs there and fight wizards down there, because wizards are going to be tough to find now, if I remember correctly, because I think they're only available here in this castle, and after this, I'm not sure if they spawn on the world map or not, I'd have to look, but if they don't, it's going to be a little problematic trying to find a, trying to find an Osmos tome from anywhere else, so. But we'll see what happens. I'm not super concerned if we don't get one, like, it's fine. I'll make do without it, but I should have Osmosed. I guess Guy didn't even get his turn, so it doesn't matter too much, but... oh well. I should also probably Cure, because I did not read Guy's HP correctly. I thought it was full. It was not full. And, yeah, I can heal this run, because I can just have you guys double up there while you take care of this. So, I don't even think I need to double up over there, honestly. Watch me, like, heal, and then Firion and Guy will just get their HP increases from the next fight after I heal. There's another agility boost. I will take it. Can never have too much agility. More preemptive strikes. Why not? We'll try to do it like I tried to do it last time. We'll try to do it again. Okay, got it off. Good. Again, now they're both going to get an HP increase, so we won't be topped off anymore, but, you know, if it happens, it happens. And there's Firion's magic defense, finally. I think he's been... yeah, he's been lagging behind on the magic defense from everybody else for a little bit here, but it might just be... here's what I'm thinking, is that magic defense might not go up as much if you have a resistance to what you're getting hit by. So, like, Maria and Guy don't have as much resistance to status ailments as Firion does. So, because he has more resistance, he might not be getting as much magic defense experience out of it. But, I mean, he gets resistance to all status ailment spells now because of what he's got equipped, so... that will put him in a great position to resist that stuff, but it means he doesn't get as much magic defense as a result. And I mean, I guess that's fine, you know, like, whatever, because if he has a resistance, he doesn't really need the magic defense as badly, but more magic defense is better. Number go up, after all. We want that number going up. Party's working like a well-oiled machine, let me tell you what. Alright, and with this, well, once we get through 4 Amoebas, Jesus Christ, then we'll be on the last floor. And Guy should probably have enough MP to get by. If he doesn't, I mean, maybe I can throw a couple of ethers once I get this a little more under control. I guess that's the only real problem with the Amoebas, is that they just have a lot of HP for how much punishment they can take, you know. And the fact that they're resistant to instant death spells doesn't really help much either. So, but it's fine. We can handle them at this point. I mean, okay, they got one nice hit in, but that's it. They might even be considered spellcasters, considering how much damage Maria just did there. But we'll see. How's your spirit without the white robe now, Firion? If I put this on, where are you at? 97, so you only need 2 more. And then defense-wise, at least, the white robe will be redundant. Or not defense-wise, spirit-wise, the white robe will be redundant. Not defenses-wise, because he still has all those status ailment resistances, but, you know. Alright, last floor again. Just gonna walk up the red carpet in order to get there. And then that'll do it, so. Alright, so we'll let you get a little Osmos going, slurp all the MP away from the Stone Golem. And this is actually a great opportunity for us to get some weapon experience because, well, you guys should be able to attack this thing 3 times before it falls over. I think that's a pretty safe bet, honestly. So. Alright, maybe get a Protect going, or a Blink going over there. I'll cast Flare. I think we've got enough leeway in terms of his HP to get away with a Flare. Nice again. And then do that, you defend, you do that. I can tell you, the defend command is really nice to just have access to in the PSP version. I don't know if you have access to it in the Pixel Remaster, but it's just nice to have in this one, because sometimes you just don't want to do anything in a particular fight, you know? Ooh, nice. Thanks for the Sunblade. That's 2. So it's just nice to have it as an option, you know? We didn't get weapon experience from that fight. Oh well. We're pretty close, so it doesn't matter too much. We'll just try to find something else that we can whack upside the head. That will not be something we can whack upside the head. That is a single death flower. That's not as good. That's the weaker version of the Devil's Bloom that we've been fighting throughout the castle, so that's not going to do it. That ain't going to cut it, guys. I get a Hellfire over here, and apparently another Wind Flute. Apparently, if Leon really wanted to, he could also summon a Cyclone of his own making, so that's just great. I'd like to... Do I want to Osmos? I don't think I need to. So I guess we just try. I'm just going to let everybody kind of throw whatever, because I think we should be able to kill all of them no matter what, with the 4 attacks that we're using. So... Oh, we didn't even need Ricard's attack. Got that one handily. That's all the treasure in the castle, so now we just walk up the red carpet to find Leon. In this particular instance, there are not lackeys and reinforcements to fight you on your way through here. So we'll just... Once you walk up to Leon and you talk to him, that's the point where... as soon as you talk to him, that's when you'll get started with the event that happens once you talk to him. So it's not like the Emperor where you have to walk slowly up to him while he keeps throwing reinforcement after reinforcement at you. So Leon's got a little bit more chutzpah than the traditional Emperor did. He's more ready to fight, I guess. So should get our weapon experience from these guys, though. Now that we have Blink up, we shouldn't need to worry too much about that anymore. I don't think I need to toss an Aether Furian's way. We're almost done with the dungeon anyway, so we should have enough MP to get out of here. So. There we go. See how we manage there. Okay, good. And good. Perfect. And another Rune Axe. Oh, man. That's just crazy. So the Rune Axe, by the way, it also has another effect. Aside from just being effective against spellcasters, it can also cast Fog 6 if you use it as an item. And I don't think it gets deleted when you use it as an item if you use it like a Hellfire or an Antarctic Wind or something like that. I think it has an 100% retention rate. So if you just have an extra one, you can just use it as a quick cast of Fog 6, but Fog 6 at this point is not going to do a whole lot of good, honestly. It's a white magic spell that inflicts amnesia, which is the permanent version of silence, but you could do better at this point. Especially level 6, that's way below what you'd expect. Alright, so there's Leon, the Dark Knight himself. Before we confront him, one last thing I would like to do, you know what, I'll have Furion group cast outside of battle because everybody only needs a quick top off. There we go. We won't quite get any... We're wasting potential spirit there, but the last thing that I need to do, I need to give Ricard the Defender's Sword. Ricard is what's known as a carrier, specifically in the Dawn of Souls and PSP versions. If you don't know what I mean by that, you will soon enough. Oh, we haven't saved since outside. Wow, that's quite a long time. Almost an hour. But let's carry our way into this fight that we may have to get our hands into, shall we? Yeah, well, I wasn't just going to leave a friend to, I don't know, be brainwashed on the throne of an evil king's court, evil emperor's court. Well, no, I'm hoping it's not going to come to that, actually. It's a fair question. What are you going to do? Try to go through your sister? Sure, keep telling yourself that, man. I don't know about that one. We were weak. The rebels were considered weak by the Emperor, and look what happened to him. Are you sure that mantra still works in the world the way that it is now, Leon? Because I'm not so sure. Yeah, sure, a lot of our lives were lost, but those lives were lost so that others could live. What the hell is happening? Oh, Jesus Christ! Leon, did you invoke the devil? Has he come from hell to take his... Wait, why is that the Emperor? What the hell happened to him in hell? Yeah, but aren't you dead? How are you going to be the Emperor of Earth if you're dead? I think alive is a bit of a stretch right now. I don't think he's asking, Leon. I'm pretty sure he's telling. That's not a question, it's a command. Oh, okay. So, to give you an idea of how threatening the Emperor is, first of all, I mean, we've seen it. His ambitions were so great, he controlled the weather to try to destroy us. But then, not only that, he died and went to hell, and then took power from hell, enough power to return to Earth, and is now going to wreak havoc on Earth. Well, that's just great. What are we supposed to do about this? I mean, I guess we could fight him, but we can't have a party of 5. What do you mean, you? You mean we, right, Ricard? Ricard, hold on. Don't you think that you're gonna do what... Okay, he's gonna do what I think he's gonna do. Yeah, Ricard's making a noble sacrifice so we can leave, even though the Wyvern could probably swoop us all up, but... I'll make you eat those words! Along with this Defender Sword that I have surprisingly high proficiency with. And, unfortunately, that is where Ricard meets his end, but also, what the hell is happening to the castle? Jesus Christ, their battle was so strong it moved mountains. Actually, no, I don't think that was Ricard and the Emperor's doing. Why is Hollow Bastion rising out of the ground now? Like, what the hell is going on? So Castle Palamecia is not Castle Palamecia anymore. It got a bit of an upgrade. Or a downgrade. From hell. Depending on how you look at it. Where do I even begin? So much has happened in the past hour of gameplay that I don't even know where to start. Like, yeah, that's a good place to start, I guess. Like, how do you even convey that to someone? Yeah, so Ricard was another death, unfortunately. Well, hopefully it won't be too much more. I mean, the Emperor's back, but yeah. So all we gotta do is go take care of him. Again. Might be a little harder this time since, you know, he has hell power, but hey, it's nothing we can't handle. We've defeated monsters from hell before. I think I like the sound of that. Oh wait, yeah, you're not Layla. Come on, Leon, it'll be just like old times, only this time we won't all get absolutely massacred by Black Knights. So yeah, Leon is your final 4th party member for the entirety of the game. And I know I made it sound like there was just the one more thing for us to do, but now there's really just the one more thing for us to do. So Leon comes into your party with really, really heavy armor on and dual-wielding weapons. A sword and an axe, so he's gonna have, like, no evasion. That being said, we can patch up his evasion, so we'll do that in just a second. He has pretty solid skill levels. He's proficient with basically every type of weapon except for his fists and shields, and bows, I guess, too. He can use pretty much any weapon effectively with a little training. And he comes in with really solid stats as well. The only thing that's slightly lacking is his spirit, but that's okay. I mean, he doesn't really need much spirit. He's got good intelligence, good agility, good strength, good stamina, good magic. If you teach him a little magic, he'll get a lot of MP pretty quickly. So he can cast those spells pretty quickly. We just need to patch up his evasion and he should be good. And it occurred to me, if we look at his proficiency levels, he actually has higher knife proficiency skill than he does shield proficiency skill. So I got to thinking, and he's left-handed, by the way, so we're going to stick the sword in his left hand because I want him to wield swords. But I got to thinking, what if I have him do the sword and knife wielding? And we have a spare Ripper or two at this point, so here's what I'm thinking. We could have given him the Defender Sword if Ricard didn't need it to defend himself against the Emperor, but the Sunblade will do just fine for now. And then we'll give him the Ripper over here. Now, his evasion's still going to be kind of crap because the Sunblade and the Ripper don't give additional evasion per level, but that's because he's wearing heavy armor. So let's fix that by giving him lighter armor, like this gold hairpin, the black garb, and the thief's gloves. All of these raise his agility, and the other equipment he has on is lighter, so he should have, higher evasion now than he did previously. The Sunblade is not the most efficient method of getting his evasion high enough for him to efficiently dual wield, and I could give him the Men Gauche and give the Ripper to Firion, but I'd like to actually use the Ripper as a melee weapon because it's got a powerful secondary effect on it that actually works in this version of the game. In the NES version, it doesn't work, so excuse me. I'd like to try to actually use it for something, and so we're going to try doing the sword and knife stuff. Yeah, solid stats all the way around for Leon, and if you patch up his evasion, he's in great shape. Like, look at his magic defense, too. Like, 74%. I mean, it's only 3 chances to dodge, but 74% is nothing to scoff at. Hell, we don't even have that much, and he's in good shape there. He just needs a little bit of help, and he'll be good to go. This is also, by the way, why I've been keeping the Berserk Tome and the Protect Tome, so that I could give them to him, so that our party can resume being a well-oiled machine, just like it was when Ricard was around. Still gonna hold on to the Ultima Tome, though. Still have a use for that later, but we'll figure that part out in a little bit. As for what to do next, well, let's ask the audience like we always do. And there's the final key term of the game, the Jade Passage, the pathway to Hell and from Hell. Do you know anything else about it? Ah, okay, interesting. We'll have to go ask in Mysidia then. Yeah, so the castle where Palamecia was, the castle that looks like it's made out of glass now, that is the fortress of the Lord of Hell, Pandemonium. And if you don't think that's going to be the final dungeon, I got news for you. A lake, huh? Whoa, okay. I'm definitely not going swimming in that lake then. Holy hell. Literally. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if something actually happened to the devil. I mean, how else would he have gotten that much power? The devil's not going to give him that much power. Not easily. Okay, so remember the little isthmus of water that we've been sailing past with the peninsulas that we had to sail through in order to get to, like, Dist and the tropical island and all that? Yeah, so that area is the Jade Sea, so that means that that lake that leads to the Jade Passage is probably somewhere in that area. And that's where the final dungeon is, basically. You go in there, go through the Jade Passage to get to Pandemonium, and then that's it. I mean, obviously it's going to be tougher than that because it's not just a matter of, you know, oh, Jade Passage, Pandemonium, GG. No, the final dungeon is quite long, and there's a lot of winding pathways that lead to nowhere, and there's a lot of treasure to pick up, so we've got some work to do. We've got our work cut out for us. So, yeah, well, the stories might be real. We're going to have to go find out. Well, yeah, who would ever expect that to happen? Well, either way. We have, the airship is down there, and we have, so when we escaped on the Wyvern, we escaped to the airship and flew it here, so, like, we don't have to worry about not having access to air travel. So. Don't worry, kid, we'll keep you safe, I hope. I've never been to hell before, in this game anyway, so I couldn't really tell you one way or the other. But let's rest on our laurels real quick, and I need to go talk to Paul, because I mean, something tells me he has not been to Pandemonium before, but he might have some last-minute advice for me. We'll go to the item shop as well, just like we usually do. We'll stock up, and then we'll head that way. So the Arcane Labyrinth has been accessible for a while. I'm going to actually go do the Arcane Labyrinth, but I'm going to wait until next episode to do it, so that way we can do the whole thing in one episode. As for right now, I'm going to do a small spelunking mission in the Jade Passage real quick for an item that I'd like to grab before we go do the Arcane Labyrinth. So, and that'll be the last thing that we do today. The thing that I'm looking for is on the basement second floor, so it's a really quick trip, honestly. We'll just pick up everything in our way along the way there, and then after that we should be good. I'm going to need a couple of elixirs for the Arcane Labyrinth, so let's buy to this, and then that'll give us... If we use the 2 in the Arcane Labyrinth, that'll give us 5 full party heals within Jade Passage and Pandemonium before we would have to come back out, and we shouldn't need that many in order to get through all the floors of Jade Passage and Pandemonium, so... Alright, Paul, what will you say about me going to hell? I feel like we just keep coming to you with crazier and crazier stories, man. Yeah, something like that. You know, that's about the reaction I would expect from somebody when I told them, yeah, I have to literally walk into hell now. So that's great. So, Jade Passage is open and accessible to us. This time, before we go, there are actually 2 stops I'd like to make. We should probably go... I know we just reported to them in Dist that Ricard was okay, but we should probably go tell them that he made a noble sacrifice so we could escape, but also now we can go to Mysidia, now that we have the final key term in the game, and we can use it to check out the library there. And then once we're done with that, a new location has opened up on the east side of the peninsula near Mysidia, and that is the way to the Jade Passage, so we'll go there. But Dist first, because... I just brought them Ricard 5 minutes ago, and now I have to come back and tell them, yeah, sorry guys, Ricard bit it. He bit the big one. Sorry about that. He's not going to be raising you, kid. My bad. It is worth it to come back here, though, for a specific reason. And it's worth it to have gone and brought Ricard here as well, and the reason why will become clear in a moment. Yeah, sorry. Well, he sacrificed his life so that we could live, so we couldn't really ask for much better from him. And if you ask her about the Dragoons, it'll kind of be like asking her, okay, so what are you guys going to do now? It's probably a good idea. If you want us to drop you off, we could drop you off somewhere in the airship. It's right outside, so... Yeah, I can imagine. Probably for the best. Yeah, so this is why we came here with Ricard in tow, because if you didn't, she would still say this line of dialogue even if she never met Ricard, so that's why I wanted to come back, just so that way there could be some internal consistency going on here. Ah, and the Dragoons were holding out on me because they have one of the most powerful swords in the game, the Excalibur. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's going to be Leon's weapon. That's going to be his quote-unquote defender, because just like the defender, the Excalibur gives you a large evasion boost when you equip it. It's also very powerful along with the Ripper. He's got not quite patched up evasion just yet, but he'll get there as he goes a little further. If we gave him the Mengosh, he'd have 99% evasion, and the more agility that he gets, the more he'll be in terms of the evasion percentage. He'll get up to 99% pretty quickly. The other nice thing about the Excalibur, on top of its massive attack power, is that it's effective against 5 out of the 8 enemy classes in the game. So it has, like, plus 20 attack power on it against probably the large majority of the enemies we're going to be fighting from now on. I think the only ones it isn't effective on are, like, aquatic enemies, earthbound enemies, and one other one that I can't think of. Maybe giants? I know it's effective against undead, magic beasts, and spellcasters. The other ones I'd have to look up. But it's effective against a very large swath of monsters, so Leon will have quite a lot of attack power, even if he doesn't have, like, a huge chunk of it. Oh, and then the Ripper. I should explain what the Ripper does. So, the Ripper has a unique effect that actually works in this version of the game, so that's kind of nice. Where for every hit that you deal to an enemy with it, it will inflict a flat 20 damage additional on top of whatever damage it already inflicted to the enemy. So, if you cast Haste on somebody and they get a lot of hits off, like let's say they get 20 hits, you deal an additional 240 damage. And that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a pretty solid chunk of damage that you're just adding to your offense. So, we will attempt to use that to our advantage, so... Oh yeah, and I guess these guys don't say anything new after you break the seal on the Ultimate Tome, unfortunately, but yeah, there it is. Okay, so before we head off to the Jade Passage, let's look up a little info on it and our other words that we've got here. What haven't we looked into here? I think we looked into everything from up to Ultima. Nothing with Cyclone. Excuse me. We can check on Palamecia. Oh, wow. Well, that's not very nice of him. Oh, he invented the world's first hot air balloon because he was down so bad. I think that might have been like beta content because this game's story went through a few revisions, and at one point in time, I believe the Emperor of Palamecia was going to have a tournament where his daughter was collateral as a part of one of the game's quests, I think, but I'd have to look it back up. It's been a while since I've looked up any of the history information for this game. What do you know about the Jade Passage book? Yeah, okay, so it tells you basically what you already know. Once you go through the Jade Passage, you'll end up in Pandemonium, the Castle of Hell. And, well, the passage is right over here, so let's go over here. We could check on that lake. Yep, there it is. There's the lake. And you can land right outside it, and you should be good to go. Not a whole lot going on, so let's save up. And we'll head down a couple of floors to the treasure chest that I am looking for, because there is a monster in a box in a treasure chest, and the monster that we will encounter there has a chance of dropping a very good item that I would like to attempt to find. But I'll talk about it once we get there. We'll grab all the treasure on the first floor before we do that, so I might run through these parts and then just walk through the next time we get here. Or maybe I'll just walk this time, and then we'll run the next time we come through here. So, gonna go this way first. I think that door down there has nothing in it. There's a door above me, has nothing in it. But there is a chest over here. And it contains the ultimate staff in the game, the Diamond Mace. Unlike other mace weapons, that one actually provides you with, I think it's only a minus 5% magic penalty in the NES and Pixel Remaster versions, so that's not too bad. That should be pretty good. So, okay, Abyss Worms. Don't know what these guys are up to, but let's just try attacking them and see what happens. I could probably have Leon practice Berserk and Protect on some of the easier battles in here as well. Not that there are too many easy battles in the Jade Passage on the way to hell, but, you know. Yeah, so see, he got 5 hits off the Ripper, so he got 100 extra damage out of it. So it won't do a lot of damage on its own for a little while, but once he gets his knife level pretty high, it will become very powerful for him. Especially if I'm casting Berserk and Haste on him. Like, holy cow. That's where things are going to get pretty obscene. Do I have him practice here? We got a preemptive strike, so it might be worthwhile to get him practiced up on Protect and Berserk. He's got good agility, especially with all the agility boosting equipment, so that should be pretty easy for him to go first and get some experience out of this stuff. I think with a flare, you two should be able to handle it. Let's see. Also, that used up 40% of his MP, so he may just get an MP boost out of this. And that'll get him up to 37 MP, which will put him in very good shape. The Grey Malboros, by the way, can actually inflict a bevy of status ailments on you with their regular physical attacks. All of them can be dispelled with Basuna or the Unicorn Horn, though. So, like, it's stuns, minis, silences, pretty much a little bit of everything that can be annoying. But, again, it's all temporary status ailments, so you can just heal them off. So, they don't do it with Bad Breath in this game, they just do it with their regular physicals. But if you get hit by it, like let's say Leon gets hit by it because he has lower magic defense, you can just heal it off. So, probably going to be finding quite a few Hellfires on the way to hell, so let's try teleporting a few of these guys out, I think. Maybe toading one of them, turning a worm into a toad. Now I've seen everything. It might not even happen. Never mind. I wonder if these guys have any MP. Maybe. No, I hope you're not superstitious, Maria. Good lord. Alright, well, we got rid of a good chunk of them. So, I also kind of find it funny that Maria has almost the same amount of HP as Leon does at this point. Like, usually you don't see this sort of a stat spread in terms of HP on people in this game. Like, usually people get to this point and everyone has like 3,000 to 4,000 HP except for Guy, who has like 5,000. And then, you know, Leon's just sitting there with like 1,100. So it's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with this? That's true, we're already in hell, so if we're superstitious, I mean, I guess that's just being prepared at this point. So 14,250 gil for that one singular fight. It's like I just spun the wheel on Wheel of Fortune. Alright, this door is real though, and this one leads to this floor down here. Down here, I believe, let me look at my map. Yeah, empty room down there. We want to get around this. Okay, here we go. These are the palette swaps I was talking about when we fought basilisks in the Mycetian Tower. These salamanders, and they will use Blaze 16 on you, or maybe it's Fire 16, but they're weak to Blizzard, so I think I should be able to one-shot with this Blizzard, so we have a lot of HP, but not that much. Yeah, maybe it's a blessing, because we're in hell, so it's like, okay, well, we already have reason to be superstitious, because we're already down here, so... Leon's going to take a little bit of damage from these guys, unfortunately. He's just, he doesn't have the evasiveness just yet, and since I'm having him dual-wield, he'll probably take a little bit of punishment. But he has really good offense, especially if I start, you know, stacking Protect, Berserk, Blink, all that stuff, so... I wonder if any of these walls are secret passages. Yeah, this one is. Oh, this one actually leads to right where I need to go. There is a chest up here, though, so let me go grab this first before I go there. Oh, I should probably, hang on, top Leon off. There we go. Okay, we'll grab this chest up here, and then we'll go through the illusory wall, the invisible wall, and grab the other one. Well, we won't grab it immediately. I want to save in front of it, because it is the one that I am looking for. This is a good battle to... practice Protect and Berserk. Try and get that MP boost that I was talking about. I mean, he'll get it pretty soon anyway, because, like, as soon as he gets those to level 2, that means he'll be using up 80% of his MP rather than 40% once he uses both of them, so I don't really foresee that being a bit of any bit of a problem, so let me go ahead and do that. You can also run from these Great Malboros if you have similar agility to me. There are certain monster encounters in this game that you just can't run from, and I think it has something... I talked about this before, I think, but I think it has something to do with the fact that those monsters were once used for a monster-in-a-box encounter, and you can never run from any monster-in-a-box encounters. So, I think that might have something to do with the reason why you can't run from them. But these ones never come in a monster in a box, so you can run from them fairly efficiently. Get some extra HP and stamina, knife level, Protect, Berserk. There's the MP boost, a whole bunch of different stats, including some spirit for him, which will help out his Protect. And yeah, now he's got 38 MP to work with. If he gets one more MP boost, he shouldn't need any more MP for the rest of the game, and he's already at knife level 7, which is just helping him out with a little bit of extra evasion for each level. The knife that he's using, the Ripper, it gives him 1% additional evasion for each level. The Excalibur gives him 16% evasion per level, so it will give him... Actually, I don't know if it's 16 because he's got 8 levels and he's at 87. So he's getting 1% from that. So it gives him 10% for each level. That's what it does, the Excalibur. So maybe the Defender does that too, and I think if I remember right, the wiki says it's 16%, but I mean, that doesn't really agree with what we've got going on screen now, does it? So, alright, so I'm going to save in front of this treasure chest right here, because it's a monster in a box. It contains the most powerful knife in the game, the Cat Claws, but that's not the real prize here. The real prize is the monster, the next dragon, the blue dragon. And he's a boss fight, so we will treat it as a boss fight. I don't know if Leon's going to do so well in this one, but we can give him haste, which will definitely help him out, and I can't get Protect and Berserk up because I didn't heal his MP. That's okay. We'll give him haste, and then we'll let him Protect and Berserk, and we'll go from there. Just do everything else first. This one uses electric attacks on you, so weak to Scourge. And, yeah, maybe I'll attack him with Scourge if I get to the point where I need to. I don't know if I'll need to. I think he's got quite a bit of HP, though. He's got probably, I want to say at least 4,000, if not a little more than that. I don't think you need Protect anymore, actually. I'm just going to go for Berserk. I don't know if you'll get a Berserk out of it because you only have level 2, but you have a huge haste boost on you from Guy, so it should be fine. And now, you guys should be untouchable with physical attacks, or mostly. He might use some magical attacks on us, but we can take his MP with Osmos, and then that should be fine. We'll do a Holy, we'll do this. We can use Osmos. And then just go to town. See what happens. Not bad, Firion, not bad. Of course, Maria, if she just 20 hits the guy and instantly murders him, that's a little bit better. Oh, we're getting a drop, so that's good. Ah, okay. There it is. That's the drop. I was going to take time off screen to get this drop because I wasn't thinking it was going to drop for us just yet, but there it is, the Dragon Shield. And done. No grinding necessary. Alright, fair enough. Why is the Dragon Shield so good? So it's not, to be fair, it's not a rare drop. It's like an uncommon drop. It's like third on his list of drops. And there's another dragon that we'll be fighting later on in this dungeon that can also drop a Dragon Shield for you. So it's not like I needed to get it now, but I figured since we're pretty much at the end of the episode now, it would be a good time to just say, okay, if I don't get it, I'll cut it off, I'll go get it, and then I'll leave. But since we got it, don't have to. Now, the nice thing about the Dragon Shield is that it gives you elemental resistances, all 4 of them, so fire, ice, lightning, and poison. So, I can equip this on Firion with the white robe, and now he has all of the resistances on him. So it's effectively as if he has a ribbon equipped. He has the Dragon Shield for elemental resistance, the white robe for status resistance, and that covers all of his bases. So now he's got that, he's got the Mengosh, the Gold Hairpin, the Thief's Gloves to give him extra agility, and that puts him in really, really good shape. It will allow us to get a ton of preemptive strikes going forward, and he has lots of protection in that department. There is another shield that complements with the Black Robe that is further down in this dungeon, but I'm not going to go grab that one because we don't need it quite as badly as I wanted to get the Dragon Shield. The Dragon Shield is a quick little jaunt to get in here. It's like 2 floors and that's it. The other one is like near the bottom of the Jade Passage. And at that point, if I'm going all that way, I might as well go straight to hell, you know what I mean? So I figure we'll just go grab that one later when we're actually going through the dungeon properly. I told you your luck would regen. Apparently, yeah, it did. It regen pretty quickly. That's surprising, if I'm honest. Alright, there's one more treasure chest on this floor, so since we got it so quickly and I can actually just go grab it... Oh, and the cat claws, by the way. So here's the cat claws right down here. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, quite a large boost in terms of the damage for Firion there. If I was to equip it, it would give him 89 attack, but... And it looks a little different. It looks like a bladed knuckle weapon. It's well, a cat claw. It looks almost like a fist weapon, but it's a knife instead. So, and it's pretty powerful. I think the Ripper might be slightly stronger in practice because of the extra 20 damage that it deals per hit. So with buffs, I think it's a little stronger. But yeah, it's there if you want to use it. You could use the cat claws and the Ripper for all I care. If your agility's high enough, why not? Go nuts. But here's the last chest up here. Mega Parasites. We'll deal with them. And then after that, we will teleport out. I think they count as spellcasters, so I'm just going to do this. I might Osmos the last one, if they survive. Good lord, man. Things are going. Yeah, these things don't have a ton of HP. I think only like between 800 and 1,000, I would want to say. So it shouldn't be too hard to get rid of them. Alright, so first come, first serve if you get it, guy. Apparently not. Maria's just too fast on the trigger. I can't believe we're almost in hell and Firion still doesn't have 1,000 HP. Like I said, I'm super lopsided on my stats this time because normally I don't come down here unless I'm at 1,000 HP on everybody. But, I mean, we don't need it. The most powerful attack in the game will deal about 600 damage to all of us, so we don't need it particularly. Alright, teleport our way out of here. Once you get to Pandemonium, by the way, you cannot teleport out, so just be mindful of that. Make sure you have all the supplies that you need in order to get through if that's what you're going to do. Me, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go get Firion to an inn, first of all, and what's the closest way to Salamand here? Would it be better to go south? I mean, it's the airship. I'll go fast no matter which way I go. So basically what I want to do now, because I have taken care of all of my business in the Jade Passage for now, we got the Dragon Shield, I'm going to head up here. We're going to go into Salamand. They don't have anything new to say since the Goddess's Bell, so I wouldn't worry about talking to any of them. But we'll rest at the inn. I can blow all my money on the inn because what else am I going to do with it at this point? And I need to make final preparations for the Arcane Labyrinth because we did not find an Osmos Tome for either Ricard or for Firion. I'd like to get another one for Firion. It would have been nice to have it for Ricard, but, well, he's gone now, so that's not really going to help him where he's going. Well, it would have, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. For now, yeah, I'd like to get another one, so I'm going to probably still go off-screen, and I'm just going to double-check and see if I can go into the Colosseum over at Castle Palamecia, well, where Pandemonium is now. I can't land the airship anywhere near it, though. I'm going to have to land it across the desert from it and then go that way, or go to the Chocobo Forest, but then I'd have to walk all the way back, so... Excuse me. But basically, I'm going to go check over there and just see if I can go inside. If I can go inside, cool. I'm going to go down, and I'll try to fight some wizards. I'll get an Osmos Tome for Firion, and then I should have that by the next episode. If I cannot go into the Colosseum because it's closed up now that we are done in the castle itself, then that's fine too, because I just need to switch around a couple of things I was going to do in the Arcane Labyrinth. There is a floor that we can go to in the Arcane Labyrinth that has an Osmos Tome available on it as a treasure. I just need to figure out how to get to it and what the easiest way to get to it would be. So I'll figure that part out off screen, and then we'll come back and we will move from there. But first, let's sell off all of our equipment that we don't need. We've got about 1 million of it by now. Unfortunately, Ricard couldn't take the Thunder Spear with him. It probably would have been a little more effective than the Defender, but to be fair, the Defender would probably have kept him a little safer for a little longer for all of the extra evasiveness it gave him, so... Alright, and since I have decided that I'm not going to give Leon a shield, I could give Firion a flame shield. Well, no, he's got the dragon shield now, so he doesn't need the flame shield. I could give Guy the flame shield, but he's got the black robe, and Maria's got the black robe, so I guess we don't really need any of these shields anymore now, do we? There's only one more shield that I need for the remainder of the game. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we'll just get rid of the rest of the shields, because we don't need them anymore, so... Hell, I might try to go and, like, find a Mithril shield. I don't know where I'd find a Mithril shield at this point, but I might go try to find one just so I can give it to Maria, because she doesn't really need anything else, honestly. So, I mean, I could just leave her with whatever shield she's got on now. I forget what it is, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we can get rid of this stuff. I'm going to get rid of the Diamond Mace and the Cat Claws. They're worth a decent chunk of money, and I'm not going to use them, so might as well, you know. Keep the Diamond Cuirass, though, because I still might equip that. Let's see. Nah, I'd have to wait until I got a ribbon before it would be worth it, so I'll hold on to it just in case, but I don't think it's going to be something that I'm going to be able to equip for a while, because Lamia Queens are a random encounter, but only inside of Pandemonium itself, so I'd have to get pretty damn lucky with the ribbon drops in there. I mean, granted, there are some encounters where you'll find 4 of them in one battle, but, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen for us, so we'll see. Alright, so, plan of action. I will go try to get into the Colosseum. If I can, cool, I'll go get an Osmos Tome from the wizards that are down there. I won't take too many battles just because I don't want to get too OP. We're going to be OP as more OP anyway by the time we're all done with this, so I'm not going to try to get too overpowered. And then, if I can't go into the Colosseum, I'll just make some additional preparations, and then we will head to the west of Salamand to go to the first section of the Arcane Labyrinth, but we'll get all 3 of those sections done and figure out what we can do once we break all the seals on it on the next episode of Final Fantasy II, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And based on the pace that we're on, we will definitely finish the game by the end of the week, because the Arcane Labyrinth itself take about 1 stream, the rest of the Jade Passage and then Pandemonium will take the next stream, and we should finish things out. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. My brain just had a minor hiccup a second ago because I was like, wait, I needed to tell myself not to save at the end of this in case I needed to redo the Cat Claws fight. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I got the Dragon Shield on the first go. Whoops. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about it now, do I?